Yo, yo, yo. Hide your rollies and pop your 40s and drink your 40s. It's DST Show live. What is popping, everybody? Hope you guys are starting off the new year fresh. The new year fresh. Trying to get your bread up, try to change up your diet, or you find your second family. We are going to be watching Saturday night's main event. That's a bit anticipated of a card over anything else. Just build up before anything that's going on the Royal Rumble around Riyadh. We're going to be getting that live right now. 8 p.m. Eastern. We know we got Jacob Fatu. Let me air up the card. No Surrender. No Surrender will be coming up soon. The Royal Rumble will be next Saturday, over the 31st of January. So you guys get ready for that. AEW will be getting Grand Slam in Australia. I think is that a oh no, it's a pay-per-view. While No Surrender, oh, they bring back the Stars because they'll be in Tennessee, where it all started. Trick Williams, Damian Priest, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn, number one contenders match for the undisputed WWE title. That's Drew McIntyre. The women's tag championships are on the line. Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes, built up after costing him the world title at SmackDown. And AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4-match card. Still. Lord, save me. I want to give this a benefit of the doubt, folks. Is negative 22 degrees Celsius. Is that Stephanie McMahon? Oh, God. I'd rather have Jesse Ventura hating on everybody. Oh, my God, Stephanie. Quebec. I'm really hoping. I didn't see SmackDown live, but and I meant that like the broadcast. I don't mean the original the title of SmackDown back in like 2019. But I heard the Wyatt Six lost the tag titles, and if that's your first information you hear, it's like the Wyatt Six were tag team champions. Yeah, I'm so glad. I hope they drop this faction. Bo Dallas doesn't have to do this to himself. Like nigga, he still has to try to represent his brother from the grave. If he wants to do that, that's perfectly fine. But it's not really doing much to elevate. All due respect to Bray Wyatt. I'm on a new level. New level, new level. I'm just hoping this buildup goes somewhere. Because we Trick Williams been looking like a absolute premium package, but I know they're gonna try to do this Make a Wish Daniel Bryan run with Sami Zayn and try to book him for the world title when they were like 2 years too late to get him over. And now that nigga's just squandering while people want NXT talent to get over. And here we go, Pyro, a different stage, Saturday night main event in Montreal, Quebec. No, I think it's Montreal with random trap music. Quebec. We all love Quebec. Oh, and Sami Zayn's here, so that means he gotta win. We have a four-way involving Hall of Famers like Randy Orton, up-and-comers like Ricky Stark. No, I'm sorry. Ricky Saint's not even here, bro. My fault. Trick Williams, and of course, AJ Styles is facing off against a former WrestleMania opponent. It's not Chris Jericho. It's not Chris Jericho. Stop. Stop the dirt sheets. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. You know why? Because he's affordable. That's terrible. I apologize. I like Shinsuke Nakamura. Come on, guys. Don't we care about the Wyatt Six? How come they never start in the PLE? Oh, and it looks like we're kicking off the match with Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes. I'm poor. Yeah. And Jacob Fatu already full of straight to business. The former United States champion has a point to prove to beat up on Cody Rhodes, even though he costed him the world title back at the Three Stages of Hell match on SmackDown against Drew McIntyre. I had nothing to do with it. Oh, shout out to Death Rebel. They really work for ChatGPT like how I make my thumbnails. Well, let's see what's gonna happen. Wrestling only has one family. Man, they should have Kit Wilson here. Cody is pretty theatric for Jacob Fatu costing him his title. Nigga has to show up with his Iron Man helmet. So Cody Rhodes, people really want to at least see him like without the title, see what he can elevate about himself that doesn't always determine him being that world champion that just can't ever get over with the crowd to elevate. Because like, let's keep it a buck, guys. SmackDown numbers have been like drastically down, even though it looks like they've improved when it comes to like the quality of the episodes. but it just doesn't feel like anything dramatic happens to really elevate them viewership wise. And Jacob Fatu jumps him as soon as Cody was with the dumbass promo. Jacob Fatu is more. Jacob Fatu is jumping him first. The referee is downed already. We got a fight here tonight here on Saturday Night Main Event. We got a fight. Oh, we're gonna schmoz this bullshit. We're not even gonna get a sanctioned match. Why even make this a regular match? Y'all want to determine it like this. Jacob Fatu costed Cody the title. And Robinson is down. Then this nigga's getting escorted. No, already. And Cody's fighting back. The quarterback, Cody Rhodes. Oh, and Cody with the suicide dive. The bell still has not rung. These niggas just been brawling. Is this a no disqualification match? Hold on. It's just a sanctioned match. If these guys are just now brawling outside of the door, none of these. Why even make it like this? Fuck push up. I'm joking. All due respect. Go. Oh. Oh, now I hit with a trash can. Damn. Oh, and Cody Rhodes still brawling with Jacob Fatu near the barricade, near the fans, around the barricade. I can't hear if it's this is awful or this is awesome. What more? They're still brawling near the crowd. And Cody just spits in this man's face. What a baby face. Security is taking them outside of the crowd. Cody Rhodes is like $150. How can security guards not try to restrain Cody to beating up Jacob Fatu? You know what's the worst thing? Why is Jacob Fatu the aggressor when you costed this man the championship? I don't know. I'm not writing. I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer, folks. I'm not a writer. Yo, what's popping, YTC? Apologies. You want to say? I don't mind a bit of a grievance. But this is already a dumb way to start. They schmoz the match with Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, and all they're doing is brawling, and they're taking it over backstage. You know what could have made this better? They could have just been brawling before their entrances. They've already fought in the locker room to the parking lot near the arena and have this in the ring. And now these guys are fighting through the. My goodness. Rumble! What about the Rumble? And a choke slam on the security guard on the table on the stand. This is ridiculous. This is dumb as hell. And they're still brawling. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, YTC, local Giants fan.
What's going on? Yeah, what's correct?
Yeah, just watch. I'm trying, YTC. I'm trying. They're already pulling some fuckery.
Sounds about right.
So we're supposed to have a match with Jacob Fatu and Cody. They're fighting.
Huh.
The belt didn't even ring. Jacob Fatu became the aggressor. They've been fighting around the crowd outside the barricade.
I hate you, Cody. No.
If this was the case, why not just put them in the four-way?
The four-way with Brandy? No, stop.
No, YTC. No.
I mean, some Brandy with drinking Brandy.
Is she still does that where she like makes drinks and stuff, or that's only like AEW property?
I don't know. I mean, but what, Brandy and Bacardi with that's what we're gonna call it?
Oh my god! Look, if I can't get Alexa Lopez back, nobody gets a good match to start off the show. These guys are still brawling. It's like a plus 15-minute brawl, YTC. You see the drama here. The drama. And Cody doesn't.
You know, you marks. All you marks consistently complain about not having enough drawings and not consistently seeing your guys getting pushed over in that regard. You can all go suck it.
You know what? No match. You don't even get a match. And then McIntyre comes in.
Oh, you're lucky to even be getting a match.
Anything to do with this?
I literally can just be making a run to the local pharmacy for my my medication.
And power bombs
I
on the table outside.
I tend to forget things at this my age, especially with the heart problems I have, and also I'm having early signs of dementia. Because clearly I don't know how to run a business in 2026. Clearly not the Viagra. I mean the Vicodin I'm taking.
My wife Stephanie likes sitting on my face than my own lower region. I wish Io Sky hugged me like that. You saw that? You saw that picture of Io Sky Triple H?
Yeah, man, they really. Yeah, where she said, "Fuck." Literally in the cutest way I heard it.
Bruh.
Shoo. Some lucky bastard one day is going to be lucky, hearing that on a regular basis. If they're, they get put some soy sauce to their flavors.
I got some macaroni, some ground beef with some veggies.
The veggie. I had some Asian. Yeah, I had some food earlier too. Chinese spot. Actually, to be honest,
I had that for lunch.
Had some red chicken with wontons and rice. Yeah.
What else has to happen in this stupid match? I mean, it's not even a match. AEW. This is not even the equivalent to the Hell in a Cell with The Fiend and Seth Rollins, but it's close to it. And Michael Cole summed it up. What a mess.
Good God Almighty.
And then we close off to an ad.
Oh, what now?
Needs to be Chris Benoit.
No.
Jumps Cody Rhodes. This entire match felt like an absolute sideshow. What are we doing? Jacob Fatu and Cody didn't even have the bell rung to even initiate this much drama. And what they're going to do, just a triple threat match for the world title at the Elimination Chamber, I guess. You know what's the craziest part? We didn't even get interrogations involving the allegations. Like, why did they just sweep away that Jacob Fatu even got assaulted backstage? They had more care as GM than this. And they turned Eugene heel!
I remember when they turned Eugene heel when they took him off his medication.
Oh my God.
They sold his perks on the streets.
They turned heel quicker than John Cena.
Eugene.
I
want you to treat me like because I'm special. I remember that character.
You can't boo me because I'm
special. Sounds like a bunch of people we know in this community, but still.
Respectfully.
Some people disrespectfully, but I get it. Yeah.
I'm special. It was either that or Boo Jim Ross that has cerebral palsy. You know, whatever gets you down. Somehow Vince McMahon feels like booing a disabled person, it gets heat.
I'm special. And then proceeds to get beat up by Sandman at one night stand.
Cool. I love it, man. Hunter. I love it. Of course, I like Sami Zayn more than Trick Williams. That's a fucking lie.
Why don't you fetch me $1 book?
I never denied that he's a great wrestler.
Why don't you fetch me a towel? Book. Trick. Dang it. Medication's on.
No. I love our. Kofi.
I speak in jive. I speak jive. I speak slang. I speak G. I speak.
Oh, don't worry. Like you see, did you see our promotion for our up and coming talent coming onto the Raw brand? Like Marcus Corva. I'm Obafemi.
Marcus Corva.
Hear me out. Ricochet, Javon Evans. Hear me out.
Sure. Besides Javon Evans, they're all over the age of 35.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Javon Evans, how old are you? I'm 21 years old, sir.
I'm 21 years old, sucker.
Oh, hell no. Oh no.
I'm 21 years old. What it do?
I only push men that are like 45 plus.
Nah, you tripping, man? 6'7" in the crib.
Speaking that gibberish, jive.
6'7" in the trap.
Oh God! Oh hell no! Did we get a 6'7" joke with fucking Javon Evans? If we did,
they made him literally wear a jersey with the 6'7". Of course, they gave the Y in the 6'7". They gave the wine 6-7.
6. Well, what a way to start. Impact is the best promotion of 2025. You can kill me for that. I'd rather watch Impact. Wait, I didn't even know if WWE can even air back Monday Nitro. Let me guess, they're promoting Monday Night Wars again? Yeah, they're still promoting Monday Night Wars. Yeah, WWE, there's going to be a time when people want to, know the era that we're currently in is over. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome to see the Monday Night Wars be represented on WWE 2K. If I see another showcase mode, I'm shooting up something.
Don't worry. Apparently, allegedly, GTA is supposed to come. I mean, whatever other game outlet you want to take it out on.
Don't you want to play in the island, YTC?
Oh, yeah, they're going to probably turn that shit into 2K Park online.
That's what they were doing with WWE 2K25. They made an island that was supposed to be a park ripoff. So you can play.
Man, if you really think of it, 2K Online, especially the park, it's literally The Sims for boys.
Oh, excuse me for a second. Let me use the restroom.
I know, it's hard to come to the realization, some truths are, you have to confront to be better in life, It happens. You know what I'm saying? Some truths are a hard pill to swallow, no diddy. That's just the reality of things in life sometimes.
Sorry about that.
Hey, listen, I understand it's difficult to come to the process, of that truth.
Yep. But this show, goddamn. It's already such a slow start in Saturday main event. They have such a lack of a card. It's 4 matches on PLE. And they're just for McIntyre to do that, TKO, go yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Sorry about that. I did want to try the buttons more often. Oh, McIntyre got something to say.
What she said.
Oh, we have women's tag team action next. And my wife is here, Sky.
Oh, I guess they're fighting Bailey and Lyra. Forgot.
Oh no, I think it's Cora Jade and
Oh, the Bop? Who else? You saw her new man's already. First, she went through 5 different men in the span of 3. I'm about to say she went through the span of 5 different men in 2 or 3 years already.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so get deported to TNA Wrestling.
Well, still, I can tell she's a bop, but yeah.
So it's gonna be Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez versus the women's tag team champions Io Sky and the Muscle Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley. By the way, TNA, I need you to understand one thing. Nobody cares.
I don't mind if my girl lifts. Shoot. Man, I don't care if my girl lifts. We'll both be strong as shit. That's strong A1 genetics. Shoot. That's A1 genetics right there, but whatever.
Oh, that's always A1. I don't know why. Sometimes I felt like I never won the dimples. But that's just me.
I know. I'm glad. No, my mom, I'm glad because they were both skinny growing up, so I have the metabolism at their age. So I can just lose this weight quickly. But yeah.
Oh, that was for me before March.
How much you're down then?
Only like around 5 pounds over the past few weeks.
Well, you're doing a lot better than me. I gained half of them back.
It's holiday
Don't be
weight
so hard on
record. You
yourself.
progress so well. Most of the time, I'm just building over muscle.
No, for me, I'm just no. It's just the holidays, and also because the weather's been keeping me in, and
Oh yeah.
If I don't work out, basically it negates half of the workouts I do, like the food I eat, so I don't lose as much and possibly gain more back. So
Is the storm going to affect you? You're not getting that much information on it.
No, that's to a degree, yeah. But I'm also once if it doesn't snow and I gotta clean my backyard, and I'll just probably wear double clothing while I'm working out and cut my sessions short just to get something in.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'll cut it. I'll get it at least 30 minutes in at the worst. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst. I'd rather you get 45 minutes in, but you just max out on intensity and you'll get.
I'll try to push knowing how stubborn I am, I'm probably gonna push for 45. But yeah, the minimum is 30 for me.
Is Liv Morgan just a better Alexa Bliss, or that's an exaggeration?
Well, because they both look like they could play Harley Quinn, I figure. Yeah. And also have the same, similar blonde look, so I understand.
I would say because Liv Morgan looks like she has a more diverse preference.
I mean, she's from Jersey, so I mean, she's more culturally, around the people living in Jersey.
Alexa's kind of washed, if we're being honest.
I mean, she gave birth, and also, the pregnancy takes its toll, and also she's aging too.
She still looks great. Don't get me wrong.
She's like in her 30s now, so I mean, for women aging, yeah, it's different. They're not the same as they used to be in the ring.
You hit a wall, Alexa. There's no moment of bliss for you anymore.
I mean, they're not going to be consistent forever. So, yeah.
We're going to put you on Impact. No! No!
Shoot, that's why I'm trying to get the weight now before my metabolism goes further down, and it's hard for me to build muscle now. Once you get past 35, I think, or 40, it's harder. So, yeah. I'm going to get it now so I can maintain it. So, yeah.
Oh, wait, the women's tag titles are actually on a live event? Hold on.
Yeah. They're actually being recognized, surprisingly. Hell, the Speed title was getting more recognized before that title.
But yeah, the Speed title, the women's Intercontinental title has been defended more times on PLEs and live specials.
The literal drug title is getting more featured.
Tag titles.
They literally named the title after a drug, too. Outside of, the actual action of Speed, but still it's the drug of Speed.
Gage would have loved that. We know CZW. Shout out to CZW. I know y'all pay your wrestlers in fentanyl.
Fentanyl and Applebee's gift cards and probably a napkin here and there.
Yeah, YTC, that's why I hit you with that fifth light tube so I can pay for your steak. I know it's microwave. Yes! Yes, mommy, let me kidnap you! Oh, no wonder Sonya Deville left. I don't want to look at the Twitter for Rhea Ripley or Io Sky because I know damn well you fake feminist gooners will put something down.
I don't like that. I don't know what that is.
We actually got our actual match to begin the show that might actually end in a pinfall or submission. Instead of a 20-minute brawl that ends with nobody getting over and McIntyre picking up the scraps when he already has a number one contenders match that doesn't involve him. Triple H is such a genius. He never touches women. Oh, but YTC, I heard something from a European fan. You fuck China!
And your point being what? You wish you'd fuck. I'll stop. R.I.P. though, but yeah.
But we get to see Braun Breaker's beauty, Roxanne Perez.
Oh yeah, they broke up. So.
Oh.
No, Izzy and fucking Braun. I thought they were still together, but now it figures.
Oh, I thought they were still together. My fault.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna tell you something. No, I saw her turn heel against Maxine Dupree. And it's you're still here? That's gonna be somebody.
I forgot she was employed.
Oh, it's good to see.
I mean, it's because her father and nephew she's still around even after.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, no nephew, fucking uncle. Yeah, I said nephew. Fuck off.
Who the fuck is that? I thought this was 2006 Melina for a second. Is that
yeah, and they looked at each other.
Paul London taking control over Joey Mercury. Oh, hell no. Oh, what an uppercut. I don't know if the weather delay is going to affect the AFC and NFC championship. And if the storm does happen, YTC, guess who still got to clock in? My condolences. I'm afraid I got some bad news. I'm sure Barrett doesn't use that catchphrase anymore that often. Being a commentator, I think you should be using that more often. You know how like JBL uses ball game? It's real bloody Ripley. Oh, vertical suplex again by Liv Morgan on Io Sky. I would say she's like the second hottest Kabuki warrior. No one's hotter than Asuka, in my opinion. In my opinion, let's just keep it there. Because I know there's a lot of Io Sky simps that think she was the best women's wrestler of last year. In a Shining Wizard by Liv Morgan, tagging in Roxanne Perez. God damn, they're like 5'5". Holy shit. Oh! And an elbow to the head. Right to see.
What? Yeah, what's going on?
You know, it's the first time I ever heard Friday Night SmackDown have 900K watchers.
Damn. For who? What was the occasion for that much? Jesus. Any specific
Cody
occasion?
Rhodes was world champion.
Cody Rhodes what now?
Was world champion most of the time.
Well, that's something.
Did I forgot the Street Profits haven't been on TV? And they teased their breakup like months ago. And I didn't hear about any injuries involving Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Man, they all break up at some point, you know. That's how wrestling is.
Be like JTG and Chad Gaspard back in 2010.
The dude they broke up, those fuckers lasted longer than any average relationship in today's standards, and they still broke up.
I don't think anybody would be upset if we knew they broke up.
Yeah, I'm just going Rambo right now. Mafia 3 right now. I'm trying to get the trophy. That glitch fest of a game. I figured a way to crack it after I rage quitted it multiple times.
On PlayStation 5?
Yeah, I mean, it's a faster running software, so I think that's my best chance at it.
Okay. And my mommy's there. Oh, running boot to the face. Jimmy, we need to talk about this. No, we don't. And the stream is sponsored by nobody. Oh, going for Riptide on Liv Morgan. Reversal. Oh, going for a monkey flip, possibly. Oh, boot to the midsection. Can we stop calling her? Is there any other names Liv Morgan goes by? Is there any other nickname?
Parvati Asta. Sounds like a stripper.
Oh, god damn the headbutt. Guys, it's wrestling. It's not domestic. It's YouTube is it's wrestling, not domestic abuse. You're not watching NFL leaked footage. Hopefully. Shit, it's about to be the off-season YTC. You know that's going to probably happen anyway.
Hell, half of them don't even have quote-unquote CT, and they still do stupid decisions.
Facts. Like, have a rap career. Right, Le'Veon Bell?
Cole Beasley was a better rapper.
You had me have faith on the Jets for 1 year. Oh, Hurricane Arana trying to go for a powerbomb from the outside. In the code breaker? But it is Morgan covered. Two. No. Adios mio.
All right, I'm trying to get that trophy, the fucking takedown trophy. Let me see what I gotta do. 15 brutal takedowns. Okay, where's the record? 10 vehicle takedowns.
What's your relationship with your WWE superstars? Anybody else but LA Knight I treat like family. What? Ooh.
Oh, I need 50. Okay. Jesus. Chain 3 together, 3 or more brutal takedowns.
Going for a dominant. Oh, going for a Razor's Edge. Tags in Io Sky. Hits that Razor's Edge. Io Sky. Missile dropkick on Morgan. Cover. To retain the tag titles. 2. No, it's like, what the hell? It is a broken pin straight from Roxanne Perez. So Knicks finally broke their losing streak after destroying the Nets by 50. So I hope we don't ever lose like that a game. Or else I really will contemplate trading away all you guys for Giannis. Because honestly, I wanted Larry Markkinen. I never wanted Kentavious. No, I was going to say KCP. Cat. So,
I'm about to say KPC. Oh, Jesus.
No, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. I was trying to say his full name. I still know that because KCP was such a shutdown. He was such a lights out shooter in his early days in Detroit.
Jesus. Jesus, these combos are lethal. These fucking takedown combos in this game.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that you as a former veteran in Mafia 3?
Yeah. Yeah, former veteran. But no, he literally fucking pulled a Kano and stabbed him in the face and shit. That's what the end of the combo. God damn.
Damn.
Yeah, this man's veteran trained. So that man's in Vietnam. He did all type of guerrilla war fighting. That's that Rambo shit. Yeah, Rambo has nothing on that.
I mean, Rambo has one thing. He doesn't get called the N-word.
Huh? Rambo, yeah. And ironically, he's not even black. He's Dominican. It's just he appears black. So
I mean, YTC, they do call Muslim people a sand N-word. So I figured it's really
wow.
No, I'm being serious.
No, I'm not shocked at this point. That's why I'm laughing at it.
You should have saw what they were calling. Oh, code red cover. 1, 2. No. Rhea Ripley with a broken pin. We went straight SBR 09 on this bitch. And that's my least favorite.
I mean, all they did was just patch tag team in that roster update, really. That's the only thing that game was known for.
Your 2.9 is just a cutscene, YTC. That's literally how you break the pin. I will keep one thing. The most fun I've ever had in a WWE 2K game will still be WWE 2K14. Because
2K what?
2K14. I'm shocked that game doesn't get a lot more love.
Trying to get a vantage point. Let me see if I can get a shot.
No! Raquel Rodriguez. No, Raquel out of nowhere pulls Rhea Ripley, but knocks down the referee at the same time. A domino effect breaks the pinfall. How do you guys get paid for this? Shout out to Don West, low-key underrated for his commentary. And he wasn't even known in the wrestling business when he was on TNA. He was a salesperson. Oh, who's this? Oh, Stephanie's here.
Fuck yeah! Oh damn!
We got baddies on baddies, YTC.
So that sounds like a fun time.
I Stephanie Becker was injured. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds like a fun time.
Jumping on Raquel. On a big boot, misses over the barricade. Well, YTC, my pants got tighter for a different reason. Thanks, Stephanie's here.
No, sit your ass down. There you go. He was trying to call for backup. That's why I got
on the outside, but there's an actual purpose to why Stephanie's doing that. The referee's still down. And Roxanne Perez still with an opportunity. And a kick out. Brought to you by WWE 2K My Faction. Play My Faction. Why don't I don't do that? No. Don't you want
I don't. No, I don't think I will.
Don't you want to open packs for a 99 overall Stone Cold Steve Austin? Isn't Roman Reigns a 99 overall on something 2K? You're just poor. 2, 3, and Ripley retains the titles with no spot.
You're just poor. We don't even like your demographic buying the game. What do you mean demographic, sir? I mean, you certain income bracket people, certain ethnicities, shit of the scale, I hate to break it to you.
We already have Dominic Mysterio YTC. What does that mean?
We already have enough gandulas and frijoles, as they say. Enough brown spice to our white rice, if you know what I'm saying. Enough color to, really shine things into perspective.
Well, I gotta say, there's been an entertaining match to start off the show. Well, official match to start off the show after what Cody and Jacob Part 2 was.
Fatality. No, the fucking animation style looks like a fucking fatality.
I forgot. He goes for the jugular first and go like low.
No, he knees you and then stabs you in your head, literally.
Me personally.
That's the ultimate level of fatality disrespect.
I'd rather be in that.
Oh yeah.
And I grew up when D'Angelo Russell was supposed to be the future of the Nets.
Fatality.
So Gunther trying to be the legend killer in 2026 after retiring John Cena.
Oh, thank God!
He's been doing his clothing that he's beaten John Cena.
All right, so far the game hasn't crashed on me, so let's cross our fingers here. No, because what I hate
on your PS4.
Yeah, because if the game crashes, I'm fucked. Basically.
Oh, that's not gonna happen on your new console.
Hopefully not. Because it's a faster running than the PS4. Hopefully so. Because this is Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Shinsuke. So why is Shinsuke facing me? He's affordable. I mean, available. He wanted to have a last match with you. Oh. Imagine when you tell AJ Styles, "Oh yeah, for a surprise match on Saturday Night Main Event, you face off against a former WrestleMania opponent to build up before Gunther." Oh, Chris Jericho! I knew my last match was going to be with him. No. It's going to be Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. Nakamura.
Oh,
I like the way he says it. Fucking Greg Hamilton is
I think somebody says it like Shinsuke.
Shinsuke instead of Chinsuke, even though it sounds like Shinsuke, yeah.
Sounds like what people would say to Linsanity after.
No, what I find funny is that Asian people have easier time pronouncing our Spanish words, but we have a hard time pronouncing Asian words or something like that.
Do you find it upsetting when they can't roll their tongues?
Nah. Mostly the old folks are hating that. I appreciate more effort. And effort's what counts.
The OGs in your culture don't like the roll the tongue?
If you don't roll the tongue enough, yep. Then I got made fun of many times by his family for not speaking proper Spanish in their eyes. Because I'm not from their native tongue, obviously. Not from their native country. Even though I'm ethnically, but yeah.
No, the same thing would be speaking patois or having an accent.
I mean, yeah, if you lived over here 20 years, people would develop an accent anyways. I've seen people from the old country, who have had accents, and then when they're in their 40s, 50s, develop an American accent. It happens.
Don't worry, watch. See, if you were Dominican, I would have told. I've watched too much baseball and been in high school most of my life. I know how you guys talk. And been around the city.
And by city, I mean the places they won't go into,
Yep.
The certain places, the Bronx stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I love y'all Dominican poppies, but sometimes it's too easy to tell you guys out from me.
I can't even keep up with their own Spanish. It's like a different type of like the Spanish over there.
And also,
they'd be like having like 15 different curses in like under a minute, like 15 different curses already. Yeah, the puta mama huevo, pinche mama huevo. Like I can't even know. Speak that fast Spanish, so yeah.
I know you're wearing a New York City FC jersey with skinny jeans on, sunglasses.
Or you're wearing a PR mixed with the Yankee cap, customized size too.
Yeah, I know you have a DR flag in your car. I know you do.
Neighbor.
They can say
I'm not a neighbor. I'm not a neighbor. And also, what's funny is they say it, but they don't claim they're black at all. I'm not black. I'm brown, papi. I'm brown.
I'm black bean brown. I'm black bean brown.
I'm gandule brown. My friend. I'm gandule brown. Hey, listen, my friend. I'm gandule. Like that.
I love them though. They're always fun to be around.
Yeah. So yeah. I got a bunch of friends that are too. Yeah.
They're either Puerto Rican or El Salvadorian or Mexican.
So basically, half the demographic of Queens too. I mean, Queens is like a mart, literally. Ecuadorians, Colombians, Peruvians, even the Irish and Russians that live around certain regions too. So yeah, and the Polish and Italians, all that mixed ethnicities over there.
Yeah, there was more Queens people when I was over in high school that were transferring out to be upstate.
But living in where I'm at in North Jersey, but yeah, it's been mostly just blacks and Spanish and even Portuguese. That's the closest to white I got over here. The Portuguese people, so, yeah.
Ooh.
And the Brazilian, I guess, I don't know. So yeah. This is Brazil.
Brazil.
Imagine how funny it would be that nobody pulled up their gun. But
This is Brazil.
guys, I thought we had an understanding with family.
All right, Ricky Ortiz.
My only family is with Jefferson, Lincoln, Ulysses, and Benjamin. Did I mention Benjamin?
Oh, we have another guest here, John J. Oh shit, sorry. It's a delayed feedback. Sorry.
What's up, John?
So how's everybody doing this tonight?
Preparing for the storm.
I just charged my items right now, so
Charging my items. Got all my...
I live in the West Coast.
It's about to be a storm tomorrow, and I already feel the breeze through my window, and not even a amount of heating is gonna fix that.
It's
no
okay,
amount
guys.
of heating.
Remember, if you guys are out of electricity, just do what we always do: blame the president.
Man, I'll just go in my backyard and hoop in the cold mouth style.
Every time.
Hey, that's what we used to do.
That's a different type of survival. I don't advise, man.
Hey, listen, that's what I did growing up. We didn't have internet bills paid. I went outside, literally to the park nearby in the neighborhood. That's all we did.
So what you're saying is anything bad, we just blame.
AJ Styles.
I mean, that's the number one. I mean, John, that's the number one rule of leadership. Everything's your fault, for better or for worse. So,
right, table.
That's also applies to when you play quarterback in the NFL. The win or loss, everything's your fault, or you get the praise for it if you win.
That wasn't an interception, man. Josh Allen, I hope he was trying to cheat on you. What the hell?
That's the rule of playing quarterback in the NFL. Everything's your fault, but you get credited regardless if you help the team or not.
You know what? No. What's AJ Styles wearing? What mask is this? What luchador mask is this? Is he still part of Dragon Lee's tag team, or he's just doing this because he's in Canada? And fuck Canada.
So you're saying F Buffalo?
Fuck France in American.
Josh Allen, you're a choker. You're perennial Phillip Rivers 2.0. Ironically, you're about to hire him as your head coach, allegedly from the reports, and you still are going to be below 500 because you're
going to Dallas?
barely at 500.
Yep.
Damn it! That would have made my day. That would have made my day, John J. You don't know how much that would be funny as hell. I know it's a rumor, but it's a realistic rumor.
Yeah, they don't get is he's depressed. He's depressed.
Man, we got the cracker version of Ty Tomlin.
Dude.
That's what he said, the cracker version.
Oh, man. I'm picking the Bengals to win the division.
They got... I mean, at this point, it's just the Ravens, in my opinion, because they got that quote.
I don't know about the coach. I don't know about the coach that they got.
I mean, the Chargers had a really good defense, so their defense will take a bigger step than last year.
Again, anyway, there's a reason why the Jets will always be ass, because they don't know how to find coaches.
And also in that division, by default, Lamar's still the best quarterback in that division, I guess, unless Joe Burrow gets back on track.
I can't believe I used to be the biggest Lamar, like people like Lamar sexual. As time has gone on, I think he's like this year is a good example. He missed a lot of games this year, and his game playing declined. You might have the Cam Newton situation.
Or people adapted to his play style eventually.
Also, he's never going to win a Super Bowl. Let's be completely honest.
Mm-hmm. I don't think any of those guys will probably win a Super Bowl at this rate from that 2018 class. Unless you count Sam Darnold potentially.
I was listening to an argument this week where they're like, yeah, Buffalo fired McDermott. He made a lot of horrible issues.
And their defense has never been good. Mm-hmm.
But Josh Allen had his worst performance in a playoff. And they're like, well, he didn't have help on the defense. He didn't help on the defense. Right. And so I think this quarterback narrative is finally going to go back to what it used to be. If you have a good team with a good quarterback, you're going to win a lot of games.
I never believed in that quarterback narrative, and plus the Eagles broke that narrative as much as I hate them.
But if your quarterback,
twice they broke that narrative, by the way.
If your quarterback is just good in the regular season,
the Denver Broncos
ass in the playoffs, you have you have a Kirk Cousins situation, a guy who wins and is ass in the playoffs.
So basically, Matt Ryan, besides 1 year,
defense still wins championships. Listen, C.J. Stroud, who I still believe in him, had 5 turnovers, and the defense did the best they could to keep them in that game. But the final score was 28-16.
They gave up 21 points technically. It was
DeMeco Ryans this offseason has to evaluate, because I think he drafted him. Needs to realize, should he look at Davis Webb, or Mills, and go with a stationary, boring quarterback who just manages the game and is turnover free, or you keep CJ Stroud because you invested a lot of money? That's going to be the thing that will hold the Houston Texans back. I still believe in Stroud, but at this point, I think the quarterback position in Houston is holding them back.
I agree. Because CJ Stroud is a fundamentally good quarterback, but he's not efficient. And I feel
he's not efficient. He's consistently turning the ball over in big games. He's not going to win a lot.
That's why I never understood Cam Newton's narrative of trying to get these sub-average quarterbacks' names when they win you fucking football games. If that's the equivalent of how we feel every high-scoring center is a priority in an NBA championship-winning team. No, they're not. Because DeAndre Ayton scores more than Luke Kennard. I'll still pick Luke Cornett over fucking DeAndre Ayton. That's silly. One position doesn't define your offense. Sometimes the Saints got bailed out by Alvin Kamara in the latter stages of Drew Brees' career on the Saints. Can we agree on that?
When he was younger, Kamara, obviously, yeah.
Most of the time, it'd be some prayers that'd be saving some of these NFL quarterbacks.
And not to mention, half of these running backs get paid because of pass-catching abilities. If they weren't such efficient pass catchers to compensate for their aging and lack of burst of speed at the running position, then practically they wouldn't be as valued right now. Half of those guys.
If we didn't get McCaffrey, I swear we would have made it to the NFC title game.
Yeah. I mean, McCaffrey offers both in the passing and receiving as a receiving back and a rushing back. So, yeah, he's dual.
Quarterbacks can't pass over a 5-yard hash in the pro level or a 10-yard hash. And then people were I was hating, and I was not black when I said Cam Newton can't be a top 5.
Not to mention the quarterback inflation market ruined any chance of retaining talent, because they made the draft more essential now because you have that 4 or 5 year window to win a title with the quarterback you get, and then try to go from there. Once you have your guy, they made it essential now.
And
plus injuries can count for 2. Plus there's also injuries with depth, so drafting depth is just as equally important now. If you don't have the right next man up that fits your philosophy or consistency, they won't make it that far. Obviously, that's what makes and breaks teams for Super Bowl runs.
So
yeah.
DST, I don't know if you watch 49ers, the YouTube, but recently a huge talking point is talking about the Niners injuries, because this year we won 12 games and Mac Jones was our quarterback. That's how bad our injury. Apparently, this was brought up, and there's a conspiracy that next to the practice field of the 49ers, which is right next to the stadium.
Oh, with the plant, with the currents possibly causing why we had so many injuries? So from the plant near the training facility?
So the radiation from the thing?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So the thing of the EMP, whatever
EMP.
Here's the point.
Electromagnetic pulses.
The point. There has been studies that if you live nearby any electricity, magnetic fields, yada yada, people develop cancer. That is a fact. The Niners, from the month of July all the way to the first week of January, are practicing right next to that station. So a reporter asked them about the conspiracy theory. And so a lot of people have been saying that football fans who want to blame the injuries of the Niners with that substation, it's very minimal. Very, very, very minimal. But you really think about this, since we have moved to Santa Clara in 2014, the 49ers ranked worst in staying healthy. We were playing at a stadium that was super outdated in 2013. We needed a new stadium, and they were building a new one. That stadium was super outdated, and we've never had serious injuries playing at that crappy old stadium, which I miss. But the point is that how the hell did they pick that site? They did not know that there was an electrical plant there. If that is the case, because football is a difficult and very, very stressful sport, you're hitting yourself, you're practicing. Soft tissue damage for most teams are not a big deal, but it really hurts the 49ers more than any other team. And so if you put 2 and 2 together, there has to be maybe a consistency of something like that. Now, fortunately, there is no study that has ever been conducted for the long-term effects. That team has been there since 2014. Now someone is bringing it up. I think now there's two situations. People are nitpicking because of all these injuries, and number two,
or they're bitter from the loss.
The Yorks continue to be the most cheapest ownership in any sport, not knowing that, oh, we're going to use the extra parking lot that is never filled up nearby Great America and build a stadium there. Maybe they should not have built it there. Maybe they should have went straight to San Jose. No, they decided to put it right there. And as a person myself, if it gives you cancer and you're a person playing football, say 20 years from now, a 49ers player develops cancer, it's time to head back to San Francisco.
Has there been any radiation records put over by the plants?
So a YouTube content creator who was all about conspiracy on his channel went to Santa Clara, and he had one of those meters. And yes, the frequency and the pulse and the magnetic.
Chernobyl? Yeah, what's going on in there? Chernobyl?
If a person stands there, for about an hour, you are contaminated, but nothing happens. And then the longer you stand there more and more, you're basically killing your body slowly. So
real life Chernobyl? Oh, damn.
Now, Santa Clara is a suburb, and the people who live there are richy people. And so they use extra electricity to live their richy lifestyle. And of course, Silicon Valley and all the tech peoples live in that area.
So do you believe that it's possibly just negligence on radiation that negatively affects the athletes when they're training in the facility, and it's causing them to get like woozy and get injured more?
I've always hated the stadium, and if this is true, I'm like, why the hell did you leave? Because now there's gonna be a lot of conspiracy theories. Oh, sports franchise, don't build a stadium next to electrical facilities.
Well, that's going to be a heavy lawsuit if anything comes to pass, and we actually get records of players getting some type of chemotherapy or they're heading up with sicknesses if they're retired. Give it time, John Jay, and we'll see if we can finalize that. Because the worst thing I want to do is get into an accusation. But that's possibly going to take like a lot of time to record.
Listen.
Because sometimes just injuries happen. If that was the case, the Sixers would have been in the federal list a long time ago.
And they would have been, fully trusting the process.
Oh, speaking of Spongy, where is he? I want to troll him.
We know you're off school, Spongy.
Well, Spongy says he's having a great day. He didn't go to school. He's not going to school tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. Look you.
Look at you.
Also, there have been reports in the media in Philadelphia that it's time to blow everything up. Bye-bye Hurts. Bye-bye A.J. Brown, the other receiver.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to turn into the 2025 Celtics. How does it feel? Everybody's going to be gone.
Earlier, Get On Kid did a stream, and you weren't there, but there was a stat that was talked about Philadelphia. They averaged about 17 points in the first half, and they averaged about 6.5 points in the second half. They were a first half team.
And if they couldn't blow you out, you were still in the game.
All of their losses were because they choked leads in the first half. All their losses.
Oh, Calf Crusher by AJ Styles.
I was trolling Spongy months ago that they were going to lose 3 games in a row. I said they're going to lose. Everyone picked the Eagles. I took the Broncos that week, and the Broncos won by 1 point. The following week, the Giants beat them, and I almost had a trifecta, but the
Vikings with Carson Wentz.
So the point of the matter is that the Eagles, if that continues to happen like next season, then they have to figure out that the offense, because
their offense is predictable and vanilla.
How important a center is.
Down the middle. Deep ball to AJ Brown. Down the middle.
Man, they don't even pass to AJ Brown. The whole offense is Goddard and Saquon, really.
They're pushing streak routes over to Devontae Smith, or they give it to the post to AJ Brown that can't catch. And then guess who was the top receiver of the Eagles season?
AJ Brown again, still in spite, and he still got 1K.
Dallas Goedert. He led in receiving yards as a tight end.
You know how bad the Eagles are at wide receiver outside of Devontae? They're lucky Devontae Smith's there because they suck at drafting receivers. They don't realize how fortunate they are. AJ Brown's there and they're throwing him like garbage.
Watch AJ Brown go to the Patriots.
He's their first receiver since Jeremy Maclin in 2014 and 2015. Yeah, I brought up that name. To back-to-back 1K seasons at receiver for them.
This is going to be a messy breakup that might see AJ Brown as a Raider.
Since the Chip Kelly days, yeah. They haven't had a 1K receiver back-to-back years.
There's no in-between.
That consistency, so yeah.
Oh, Calf Crusher! Reversing the armbar. No. Oh, Styles clash, and it's a Styles combo.
Anyway.
Mamma mia! Niners season's over. John Jay, are you excited for the Warriors season?
Recently, again, I don't watch a lot of sports like I used to. Butler is out for the year.
Yep.
Butler's out for the year. A lot of Warrior fans are crying. I said, dude, it's time to blow. It's time to blow everything up.
I would just say tear the Band-Aid up and get rid of Steph.
Also, a report came out that Steve Kerr, his contract is up, and ownership is looking at a different direction. Steve Kerr has been asked this question many times. He said, I played basketball as a player for many years. I won 4 championships as a player, mostly as a role player. And I've won 4 titles with the Golden State Warriors. I've done it all. I've won a gold medal. If I am back next year, if I'm not back next year, I think it's time for me to retire. You should have retired several years ago, but it's time to blow everything up.
You know they did it because of the 2022 championship.
That is still a fluke run to me, even though I'm happy that we won. But the point is that one of Kerr's assistants says that after this year he is leaving because
so everybody's just jumping ship.
No, but and this is the reason why this report became very big in the Bay Area media and is becoming controversial with Warrior fans. But he says we have this guy from Indiana that we drafted who is 6'10", who can shoot the ball, but Kerr doesn't want to play him because he's too young. No, he's from Indiana. What does Damon Bruce call him?
6'10".
What's his
from the
name?
University of Indiana?
Something Price. Something like that.
Dorian Price? I don't know.
Anyway, we have Kuminga, who apparently he wants out because he says, I want to play more, but you don't want to start me. And that's the controversial thing that Kerr lately has been bringing in old players. And ownership needs to put their foot down. Why are we drafting these very highly touted prospects from college who are really good and we're not playing to see if we are getting our money? Because they paid Kuminga $56 million for this year and next year, but he wants out.
Because it's a tradable contract, John Jay. They never valued him to begin. Ownership didn't even want Jonathan Kuminga. You know what's the worst thing about that? Ownership never wanted Kuminga.
Okay. And so it's time for us to blow up ship. And I'm gonna say this right now to all the fake Warrior fans in the 49ers community can go suck something that the sun does not shine, because I hate these fake fans that really drive the shit out of me. I saw this team. I saw this team when the Oakland Arena was not even filled, where they told fans to not go up to your seats, go to the bottom court. It doesn't matter where you got, because we have ESPN and the national media, and we need to show them that there's people here. That's how bad.
AEW in a nutshell.
When the Lakers were in town,
my card business.
When the Lakers were in town, and we would beat them, that was our finals. That's how bad this is. We need to go back to
1, 2, 3.
We need to go back to that time, so all these fake Warrior fans can go back and be SoCal fans and buy that jersey from that guy they got from Dallas.
That buy one get one two jersey. It doesn't come with the Nike sign on.
Okay. Now, if Kerr does leave, and it looks like that might be the case, okay. I don't think there's anyone who I believe can live up to the standard of Steve Kerr, because he kind of put like a very high standard with the Warriors organization. But we do need someone who can have this team be a consistent playoff contender. And I don't see anybody in the market right now.
I mean, even if you did have anybody in the market, there's no assets that predominantly would help, because Jimmy Butler would have been a major asset, but he's the best floor spacer on the team. And then you still got Steph Curry, that's still an all-NBA level guard at his age, but he's also 37. Draymond Green, I think he's fallen off with Steve Kerr, because every time I even glimpse at a Warriors game, they fight. Podziemski is an overrated Austin Reeves. You got Moses Moody that can't do anything. Gary Payton Jr. is just an older Josh Hart. And Buddy Hield's just there, being a rotational shoot-up. So your key offensive hubs are basically useless. Nobody's come up to be a young up-and-comer. And you guys are going to be a fringe play-in again. You don't want that for yourselves. So imagine how it's going to be even rebuilding. I'd rather just try to compensate with the assets you'd get with somebody like Stephen Curry and see if you guys can still build a foundation. Because it's obvious the Warriors are just sticking to that old coin they had from years ago that used to keep them warm at night because their dad gave it to them. You don't want to be like that. I don't know. I think that's like the problem. And if the continuous headlines is just Kuminga being traded, he would have been traded. He would have been asked over his contract expiring if he was having such issues with rotation problems. As soon as you ask Steve Kerr in the media about Jonathan Kuminga, he says, like, why are we talking about this guy? Because I remember DeAndre Ayton had his flaws, but there was a $50 million bid over his contract expiring with the Pacers. And then the Suns still matched it. Mm-hmm. Gave him $100 million. Kuminga isn't even getting the value of a max. So what's the point? Yeah, that's a bit conflicting. My girl picking what to dress as for date night is more decisive than the Warriors front office. Oh, rollover. No. King Sasha! Mamma mia. I'm just trying to keep it a buck. There's a bunch of front offices that probably are in the same situation, but in a worse turnover, like the Clippers. You'll be surprised. That's like a who's who of washed up. You thought of the Washington Commanders?
It's a retirement home of a bunch of washed players like who's who.
And John Jay, everybody. John Jay,
Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, all these old forks over there. I know you're
a grown man. You don't want to waste your time on social media. If you ever see the memes, people try to remind you of 2016. That's the LA Clippers.
Remember in 2016?
Remember Lob City? Back in 2016.
Lob City.
Lob City. Hey, James Harden was an all-star. He was a scoring champion.
Everybody's so nostalgic about that one specific year.
Westbrook won the MVP that year.
Man, I was in high school that year, just kicking
God.
back.
You guys, I hate those 2016 memes. Stop with the 2016 meme, guys. I get it. You guys,
man, I don't need to be reminded of. I don't mean to be reminded of that year I was rehabbing from an ACL tear. So fuck off. In 2016.
You guys didn't have responsibility in 2016.
I only remember because SmackDown was good that year. Last time I ever took SmackDown seriously.
I remember because that was the time MVP Cam was there.
That's the only time I took it seriously. The last time I think I've tuned into wrestling, like watching a full show on a weekly basis. I think that was the last year.
Watching 3-hour Raw.
Like a full show, religiously, but I don't do it anymore. So yeah.
I was so excited for Enzo and Kaz more than I was excited for AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm. I was getting sold on the fact of them having kids with Rhino and Heath Slater. Not the fucking gimmick they had, and they won the titles over there.
I got kids. James Ellsworth was the bigger star than Kit Wilson.
Kit Wilson.
What's his thing? He's a soy boy.
He's literally a brunette Dolph Ziggler, with Tyler Breeze combined into one, I guess.
Men toxic.
Toxic.
And Nakamura in his last match. Oh, so we know that AJ Styles is going to lose.
So basically, he's fighting toxic.
I'm here to show the world. You're toxic. Masculinity.
Toxic.
You look like.
I forgot. Speaking of that, I had a phone call and I had to leave the stream. And then when I came back, you and Get Onke were talking about, it's hard to talk to women today because every time you talk to a woman, they're going to accuse you of being a creep.
Hey, listen, staring at them nowadays, you could get considered a creep just glancing at them.
I would say it depends on the way you look sometimes. Because we know some girls won't give you the night of day if you don't look like their criteria of cute.
Hey, listen, unless you fit their standards, that should they selectively apply to.
Because John Jay, I think I read something that, and I'm not saying this as a pessimistic, this is just how it is. Love is not conditional. Love isn't being kind to somebody. Love is bias. And love is
Here's the thing. It's not talking to women that I have a problem with. It's getting, them to talk, without them shooting away or glancing away. The conversation itself I can handle, not the action. Yeah.
Remember,
That's
guys,
where I'm at.
Learn the hard truth about love, guys. It's discrimination.
Sorry, I had to mute myself because I live next to a freeway.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Here's my point. If you're gonna be looking at a woman, like, what was a metaphor I used a while ago? Like a creepy doll.
You work out? Oh.
Now, when I go to stores that sells dolls, I'm like, crap, they're looking at my soul. They're looking at me. That's how a woman feels when a guy looks at them that looks like a creepy doll. Now, if you like creepy dolls, all right, good for you. I do not like creepy dolls. But there's a way to approach women where it shouldn't feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm stressing myself out. It shouldn't be that way. And I've always said this. There's a woman, you find her good looking, beautiful, and you want to go talk to her. You don't go up to her and just start talking to her just randomly. What you want to do is you want an excuse. Now, yes, pickup lines are stupid, but when you meet someone new for the first time, you want to impress. Like if you're a guy and you're meeting another man who's a friend, and you find out that you have something that draws you together, like an interest, a movie, a TV, news article, newspaper, your technology device, or sports. You don't talk to the person.
Sorry, John Jay. Why is the fuck is Stephanie McMahon here?
I don't know. I'm not watching wrestling.
Yeah,
I don't blame you, because if Stephanie McMahon be like, wow, I have my own podcast on exclusively the WWE channel, so that means everybody loves hearing me talk.
My opinion, I think it's just a lot of men pedestalize these women. That's what it is. That's what I think happened.
Oh, I don't know why people do that, but maybe it's because I'm also
because they have a lack of self. Because John, when you have a lack of self-esteem for yourself, you think just because she's a woman, she's already automatically better than you, and by default, women don't like to date men they think they're better than.
Yeah,
because that's just another burden on their shoulders.
Well, again, my point is very simple. If a woman is wearing like a sports hat, and you like sports, and you want to have a conversation, you say, "Excuse me, I'm just wondering, are you a sports fan by chance? Because I see you're wearing a hat." What you're doing is you're asking a question. You're not engaging in her. If she says, "Oh no, that someone gave it to her," she just has it because it was a gift. You're like, "Oh, okay. I am sorry. I apologize. I'm a big sports fan. I'm a huge fan of that team." And one of the things you never do is apologize to a woman, because if you do that, they're like, "Okay, I know what he's trying to do." And the best way to apologize, "Oh, my bad. I'm a huge sports fan. That's why every time I see a sports fan, I always engage with them." While you
don't be like Bebop and call you a fake sports fan because your boyfriend gave you the jersey.
So the point is very, very simple, is that because we have not been conditioned to talk, and again, maybe I'm old, okay? I turned 36, okay? I'm almost 40, so I could be like in the social media world or the tech world, I'm a grandpa, but people used to have the characteristics. Now, I'm not saying social media has been the problem. I have my opinions about that. But the thing is that sometimes interacting may come scary to people. But how did our parents and grandparents were able to socialize without social media? And our grandparents didn't really have cable, and there were not a lot of things to do. And so sometimes maybe the best thing to do is have conversations. You don't have to talk to women, but maybe you have to talk to somebody, because having conversations with people, you understand the world better. Because when you are isolating yourself in your little bubble, and I'm not talking about your home, but the bubble that you are surrounded and you're around the same type of people, you don't really get to experience the world. And so back to women, it's pretty easy to talk to a woman. It's just that, and again, this is going to come out very snarky and very disrespectful. You do have to also put a little bit of blame to yourself when you look at that. Why am I not talking to women? Why am I deflecting? Why am I blaming? People who want to blame and deflect need to look at themselves. Because again, women are like animals. They're more scared of us than we are at them. Okay? No one says, oh crap, I'm not scared of the bear. That bear's like, I'm scared of you. And so I'm gonna do what's naturally to me. I'm gonna eat you. Okay. Remember, in the words of the
Sure, I wish you did. I'll stop. I'm playing.
In the words of a thing that I do not like, a Black Widow, they mate and they eat their mater.
Oh, I think Mantis does the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. They eat their mates after they mate.
Oh God!
And they become one with the female. Yeah.
Is that Apex?
Just try to be comfortable being yourself. Just take it like a job application, guys.
John Jay, you got to be in control in the relationship and be dominant. Is this Mike? Is this the fake Apex? God. Is this the fake Apex? Is this Mike, or is this the real Apex, or is this Fake Universe? I don't even know anymore.
I just have a low tolerance for drama, and a lot of these women like to live for drama, so it's a mismatch in my opinion.
Women like that ish for some reason.
And no, but you're right, they do like drama, and I have a low tolerance for drama. I hate having drama in my life, so it's kind of hard for me.
Nobody wants to be part of that bullshit.
Again,
so, yeah.
Back to the thing, like what kind of women?
Some guys would always try to put up anything for any source of gain.
I can't believe it. I live in a very progressive, liberal area. And I'm able to have conversations with these women who are more likely to get mad at me.
Oh, he's trolling at this point, Apex. There's no. He's trolling.
He's TRL. I am taking a picture of this, and I would have sent it to TRL.
Man, he's trolling at this point. What's next? He's gonna say he's spongy now.
Oh, I might stream the Royal Rumble YTC, or you're gonna do it.
You could do it. I don't. I'm off my channel, like the streaming thing. You could do it, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Don't worry, Apex. If you want, you do. But thanks for in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, you got to cover yourself up.
I know, but I will say this, yeah.
Women have to be covered up. Yeah, they killed me. My dad gave me this. My dad gave me this.
You can say whatever you want about the United States of America. There are other places that we would not want to live. No disrespect to other listen. Yeah.
What, he said it in Asian now?
Whoa.
Shout out to the sons. Fuck
Do
the
not
sons.
talk about my peoples.
What did he say in Mandarin? I don't know the language, so.
It's Cantonese, which is like the common people, and Mandarin, the more formal. Again, I am part Asian.
Well, thanks, John. Now I'm really well educated on that verse. Real educated now.
Now I know why you're a Warriors fan.
Whoa. What are you trying to say, man?
What, John Jay? First of all,
yeah, that's like asking a Raiders fan why they're a Raiders fan. We know that.
First off, we're not talking about that garbage team. Screw them. Number two, I don't care what happens to Fernando Mendoza once he goes over there.
Whoa. I swear, as soon as we mention the Raiders, it's like saying that word. It's like saying that. I swear, if we mention the Raiders are run, it's like mentioning that guy from Harry Potter, Voldemort. It's like you can't speak his name, and people will look at you with glances.
Because I remember when I was a kid, Harry Potter mania was a real thing.
Oh, what?
Then when I was in college,
280.
It was Twilight mania. And then during the same time, it was what's that thing called? Hunger Games mania.
Hey, I actually wrote a report for the Hunger Games, and that's how I got into the series. But yeah,
I've never watched the Hunger Games. I've never watched Twilight. I've only
Twilight.
seen.
No,
Oh
I've
no, I
only
watched
seen-
Twilight. Piece of shit.
I've only seen
That movie
The-
sucks.
the first 3 Harry Potters. I've not seen the 4th and all the other ones.
Oh, John Jay, you will regret watching Twilight if you ever watch it. You know why I watch it, John Jay?
listen.
I have female cousins that I treated like sisters.
I had a female sister. I had a book report, and I had
hate the movie.
my sister that got me into for the other one.
Orange is the New Black is meant for mothers that already were tired with their first 2 kids they got. You watch Orange is the New Black.
I also got into Percy Jackson because of the book reports I did in high school too. I got because of the book reports.
Ever seen Orange is the New Black? I know that was the first ever serious show.
Netflix show, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When they were just becoming a streaming platform, yeah.
Next to Breaking Bad.
Also,
And The Walking Dead, I guess.
I never had HBO.
Oh, that was on the AMC.
I never.
But they switched over there.
Oh, yeah.
I never had HBO for the thing called Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
I never watched Game of Thrones either, so.
Oh, my first time watching Game of Thrones, I saw a woman's chest.
HBO, no, I only used it for The Sopranos, and then I got into the last one, so yeah.
So what I was going to say was, in 2015, my cable provider gave us HBO for free, which allowed me to watch those free boxing matches. And again, I'm a huge boxing fan. That's how I was able to watch the Mayweather Pacquiao, which was again, but I never got into the Game of Thrones. I never got into what was that series from AMC about those zombies?
Walking Dead, yeah, literally.
Again, I never got into that, but all of my friends, John Jay, you got to watch it. It's so cool.
You're not missing much, John, but yeah.
Yeah, they just survived.
Saying it's lame.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you want to watch, you want to watch it. If you don't, you don't have to do it for yourself regardless.
I remember it was like 2013 or 2014 when I used to have a Facebook and everyone was posting on their timeline, do not watch the episode of Walking Dead where there's a dude with a baseball bat, and then I'm like,
oh my god,
oh, they told you not to watch that? Yo,
so then my idiot friend,
nigga, was one of the best parts of the show.
My idiot friend put I think it's called a meme where he has Bugs Bunny and there's a dude on the ground and he's whacking he's whacking I think the what the hell is that dude that's trying to
Glenn, the Asian dude or no Daryl?
What's that thing that's trying to chase Bugs Bunny? The hunter. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah,
Elmer Fudd.
Basically,
very quiet.
It's a meme where Bugs Bunny's like, "I'm
hitting
you in the head.
I'm hitting you in the head." John Gray, who gave you that? No.
And so I was like, "All right, let me Google this." And YouTube, the people used to download pirate stuff, and I was watching it, and I'm like, "Oh, I get it. Someone got their ass beat up."
And it was a beloved character, that's why. Man, I popped your eyeball out of your socket, man. I can't do the Negan with us.
Oh, no, and then there was a thing called Red Wedding.
Pissing our pants yet?
Only about Game of Thrones.
Are we pissing our pants yet? Because I sure know you're all going to be pissing your pants pretty soon.
Listen, I was not cool enough to watch all those cool series because I was doing things I was supposed to be doing.
Hell no, my cousins got me. I wasn't allowed as a kid to watch, but my cousins smuggled it for me.
That's right. Well, that trick. I like it.
My cousins got me to watch, so yeah. And they were much older, and I couldn't watch it without having my mother's back. So yeah.
And I cannot wait to go to the Super Bowl experience, and I'm going to stream. And if I see any Eagles players, I'm going to say, "Excuse me," and I'm going to be live. I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to say, "Excuse me, you are heirs." What you say? I'm an NFL player. I say I live here, so shut the hell up. You're invading my city. Go back to where your city's from. You Philly.
First off, I thought they didn't know where the Bay Area was, according to their fans in the QA. They don't even know where it is.
Hey, you can think I'm trolling, but if I see any Jets fans, any Giants fans, any Bills fans, I'm going to ask the question: what is the real New York team?
Oh, God.
I'm going to do it. I'll do it live. Hey,
If
excuse
Trick
me.
Williams doesn't win, Triple H is
I'll just
racist.
spam. Man, I'll just spam all Canadian flags if they say what I think they're gonna say.
If Trick Williams doesn't win YTC, Triple H is racist.
I thought he was already racist. Why are we stating the obvious?
2 times.
What? Why is it an issue now? Why are we stating the obvious? I have a lot of questions alone.
Speaking of that, I somehow got into a rabbit hole, and I've been watching a lot of Maven's YouTube channel and then he had a what's his name? What's his name? Devon Dudley. There we go.
Oh yeah, with the accusation about Jim Ross being racist.
JR being racist. Oh damn.
Okay.
Good old JR. No.
So Vince McMahon, in his younger days,
that man is Satan. Yeah.
When he got the company from his father, there was a term known as the Good Boys Club. The Good Boys Club. Meaning that no, that wrestling has always had a hierarchy, and unfortunately, you had to follow the wrestling hierarchy, which meant that certain wrestlers get the push, other wrestlers who are really good, who are basically kept from entering that like main event status, has nothing to do because they're awful, and it's a sad reality. And so Devon and Maven said we were treated with the utmost respect by Vince McMahon, and if there were issues, Vince McMahon would take care of those issues when it came to certain discriminations. But just because Vince McMahon would take care of it, Vince McMahon hired people from different parts of the country. Some people may had certain beliefs, other people's didn't. But even The Rock, when his father was wrestling, he will always tell the story. There was a Southern wrestler who did not like The Rock's father, but they had to do a storyline. And so they're like, when we're in the ring, we're going to do our job. When we're out the ring, I hate you. I hate you. And so The Rock,
I hate you, let's die.
The Rock tells that story. It's just to remind you, wrestlers, when they're in the ring, they will do their jobs. The ring, for whatever the reason, takes away all that bullshit. But once you are out of the ring, you go back to who you are. And that's the point of what Maven and Devon says. Sometimes you have to play a role. You have to play a role, and whatever your role is, it doesn't matter how good you are. Some wrestlers get a pass, and others don't. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Like Hulk Hogan saying the N-word?
No? I thought we were talking about Vince, but now stop.
You did bring up past. You did bring up the past.
I mean, Vince said it already. So I mean, what's?
Listen, I look at it like this: Hulk Hogan. There's a reason why it's called WrestleMania. He called himself Hulkamania. He said something that was a personal thing that involved his family. He should not have said it. Again, he's a famous person. When you're a famous person and someone takes you out of context, you're going to have that label forever. Yes, it's awful. He said something disrespectful. Okay, we need to understand. There are disrespectful things that you should not say, but when you say it out loud, you know that's disrespectful. But if once you start putting everything you say is like enemy territory, then we're going to use the term cancel. No. Hulk Hogan said something disrespectful, and he was disrespectful human beings.
John, as a black man, I do want to play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
He was in his own property.
Okay.
I do believe you could say whatever you want in your own home.
Even and it's freedom of speech alone. So as much as we disagree with it. So.
Especially when a black man is you're catching a stranger in your own property. I do feel like what he said was wrong. I've seen wrestlers do worse, and it's swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, I don't feel like a man visibly saying a racial slur should be villainized over a man being reported to beat his own wife.
Yeah, being assaulted.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin did to Deborah. but that will be swept under the rug because he sells tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Stone Cold Steve Austin. He fights against
Look
the
what-
man.
Also, look
Because
what Ric Flair did in the Plane Ride from Hell, and he still got away with it.
Like I
Ric
said,
Flair literally be exposing himself in front of women.
Flight attendants and shit.
listen,
Yeah.
But that'll be
wrestling.
swept under the rug. You'd rather be racist than a good person.
Okay,
Explain that to me.
so two wrongs don't make a right. Here's my point.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s, well, actually the late 70s and 80s and a little bit of the early 90s. I'm going to say something so messed up, but this is the reality.
Oh, as you can say to my platform, I have no monetization.
Me and David Corona are built from the same cloth. We're both from California. I'm from Northern. He's from Southern.
Ooh,
Okay.
face first in the throne.
Corona has done things that he's not proud of. I've done things that I'm not proud of. Now he's done things a little bit more higher than the things that I've done.
Support the Lakers, I understand.
No. I'm being serious for a moment.
Mhm.
If you're someone who was born after the 2000s, because I think if you were born in the 90s, you understand. If you saw
late
those 90s
90s.
movies,
Late 90s.
and of course, if you've ever seen the movie Scarface, that was happening in sports, entertainment, Hollywood, etc. There's a lot of shit that most people didn't see, and so as the 2000s started to go on, that culture started to slowly disappear. The point is that wrestling was the ultimate party culture. Ric Flair, yes, has the title. While he was also married, he was having women over his hotel.
So like the mafia. So like the Gomars and the mafia.
No. I'm talking about party culture, like the rock and roll people, like those in the 80s.
Rockstar like.
Those guys were messing around with their female fans while they were married. Okay, all these stereotypes are true. The point that I'm saying is that younger people who were born at a certain thing will never understand that today, because everything's on social media. If you wanted people to know that you were a degenerate, you had to go to these things and people would shame you for being it. That's why many people who had like demons and skeletons in their closet, that term, would never socialize with people. Now they're more emboldened because guess what? Oh, my anonymousness can, because again, we don't know what people do outside of their personal lives. And so at least in the 80s, the late 70s, 80s, and a little early 90s, people knew who were doing what was going on, because there was no, and even though there was no social media, people just knew. And wrestling, that's why you have all these new documentaries of like the horrors, like when what's his name? What's his name? Ric Flair recently said, one day we were in an airplane, and some of us, and he's not going to name names because again, no, there's still people who are alive who are younger than him, who are wrestlers, would hang out with the stewardess and they would be doing stuff, not just messing around, but they were doing things that were illegal. And so,
Cover one.
And last but not least, go ahead. And now you know why Ric Flair was divorced so many times. He cheated on all the women that he was with. Charlotte Flair has done like what, she's not a good person, but she knows how bad her father was. But to use the name and have her dad there to promote her career. People know about what happened to Ric Flair's son. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. David.
But
Flair too.
But Triple H in 2007, 2008 had to pay off all Ric Flair's debts and all of his baby mothers and his ex-wives.
He owed a lot of money to the IRS from what I heard too. So.
The only reason why he's in the WWE Hall of Fame with the Four Horsemen and himself, because Triple H did backroom deals with Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon hates Ric Flair in real life. There's a real hatred. That's why Ric Flair was never in the WWE much earlier. Okay, even though he did have certain like pay-per-view fights with WWE wrestlers,
Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm. Early
And
90s
so-
till they went to WCW afterwards.
well, yeah, wrestling again. It's a good old boys club. There's a lot of things that like I think YouTube, is not old enough to hear this because YouTube can hear everything. But
They'll forgive Chris Benoit before they forgive Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
That's how fickle the
A
media
literal
is.
murderer. A literal murder over someone saying a slur, yeah.
I don't respect the wrestling media because they're all fucking losers. And I'm trying to say this nicely, John Jay.
I know.
There's people that would rather forgive a man that was mentally unwell, begrudgingly murdering his own wife and child over a man that it just felt a certain way about a stranger. That I fucking hate that shit. Wrestling gets more culturally irrelevant by the day, and all you assholes focus on is what hurts on social media. And then the
listen, it's just a bunch of selective morality with those guys that want vindication bias.
It's
That's
a lot
all
of
it
selective morality to wrestlers that no cheat on their wives.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It's just perspective, and yeah.
Yeah. Ric Flair called Theodore Long the N-word. Nothing comes out about that anymore because it's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But if you guys say something involved, but yet Theodore Long makes a whole storyline that they go.
Also, Tommy Dreamer admitted to almost killing killing fucking Paul Heyman at WrestleMania and then wanting to off himself afterwards. His initial demons.
These are mentally unwell people, and if you guys want to support them, do it because you're all marked.
So I'm now I'm going to play devil's advocate, and this is probably going to get me canceled, but I really do not care. I'm too old anyway. So we have been told by academics, people who are higher learners, who have power in entertainment, that you cannot say what you want to say. The majority of this country are not academics. We are blue-collar people, blue-collar working people, hard-working people, community people, people on the ground. That's why the term the streets, okay? When you are raised in the streets, and I'm not saying you did some stuff. I'm saying you grew up in a working class environment. You engaged in the streets. You're basically blue collar.
Ooh, uppercut.
I grew up around immigration.
No one talks like an academic. Are we talking like academics? Are we talking and using big vocabulary words? No.
No, this conversation is not thorough.
They're dictating how we talk. Now, Ric Flair said something which I said is called a disrespectful comment. Okay, the word disrespectful is still something bad to say. Now, I have forgot about Hulk Hogan, okay, about that stuff, because that stuff is super old and most people don't dwell on dumb things, okay? Ric Flair and his daughter at the time had a falling off because her daughter was dating a man
who was abusive, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's how she got arrested in 2009 too. They both got into a heated
Oh God, I forgot this shit.
Yeah, she was arrested before she was in WWE. She had a case, yeah.
So she was dating a guy that Ric Flair did not want. Okay. Did not want. And so he was having a discussion. Now, you're Ric Flair. People are going to record you. People are going to take pictures of you. They're going to do whatever they want. Some person profit off of his comments. Okay? I don't care if Hulk Hogan has any leanings that I don't like. He said something because he was having an issue with his daughter. That is a family matter. It's still disrespectful. It's still messed up. Again, he was also demeaning his daughter as well. A lot of people don't want to talk about that part.
Oh,
but
yeah, oh no, Hogan's knows best explains his relationship with his family.
His daughter, many years later, said, "Yes, at the time, I hated my father." His wife, eventually left him. His son. Oh my gosh, a kid, privileged, getting in trouble with the law all the time outside of the television. Again, these people are immortalized, but they're human beings with human problems and all that stuff. Okay, and so he's human. He said something stupid. He said something ignorant. He said the most dumbest thing. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. Yeah, what he said, come on, man.
I'm sick of you guys vilifying flawed human beings.
I mean, it's just because of their name, everything they do or they fuck up is magnified.
Oh, and somehow Hogan is not better than Bret Hart. Shut your bitch ass up.
Okay.
For as much as Hogan's helped some things back, he did get wrestling to where it is right now.
I'm gonna finish my point.
There would be no WrestleMania 2 without Hulk Hogan. There'd be no Bullet Club without Hulk Hogan.
So let me finish my point, and you guys can do your arguments.
Sorry.
At the end of the day, Devon Dudley did a YouTube video about 5 months ago, okay, where he said, I spoke to Hulk Hogan. I told him my beliefs, my opinions. What he said was wrong. We had a conversation. You had a black man and a white man having a conversation. When you have two people talking to each other, understanding the language of that stuff, that's called being respectful to a person. He said, "I love you, man. You're a wrestling icon. I'm a kid from Brooklyn. You didn't really have a father figure, and you became like a surrogate father." And yes, he reminded him who he was. But at the end of the day, at the end of this video, he said something stupid. I'm not going to forgive him, but I will still admire what he has done. And he basically took a situation and he basically said, "Hey, I have done bad stuff myself. Hogan has done bad stuff. Wrestling people have done bad stuff. But we should not hold everything in our past, because if society ran that way, every person in the world will not be a free person, because everyone has done mistakes." And again, I don't want to be like Michael. Forgiveness is what the Lord tells him. Forgiveness.
Heavenly Father.
Okay. I'm not a religious person, but I do want to remind people that there is a story where it says, "I sit with all the bad people because they all deserve to go to heaven." And the point of that story was, humans are flawed creatures who make stupid mistakes. Anyway, I'm done with my dumb argument. Because it's so sad that we live in a world that, oh my gosh, we're going to cancel you. Okay, what does that mean?
John, anyway. If we gotta live with ignorance in the world, I gotta live with.
First off, once again, how can you cancel history? What are you going to cancel? History? It's already happened.
That's already what they're doing. History. That's already what they erase.
So what they're basically they're sugarcoating. They're trying to cancel the sugarcoat
because Confederacy statues anyway.
Well, if you cancel quote unquote everything that was negatively bad, how would you even be able to prove that it actually happened? If you want to cancel everything,
into what stupidity America got themselves into.
If anything, they should be using the Benoit example for the Benoit situation to teach about mental health and to take care of their own people. If anything, that's what they should be advocating for. Putting something negative into a positive light. So, for that help, that's how I go about it.
And that's how it is. Mamma mia! Damian Priest, I swear, people, whenever I tell them,
from the Bronx,
he was a former world champion. Really?
And also he reps the Yankees too, so yeah, he got Priest from the Bronx.
Okay, that makes me like him a little bit. Oh!
Yeah, he's from the Bronx and he reps the Yankees, so yeah.
Canadian
from the Bronx, so yeah. And he won the WWE Championship in Philly too. He won a title in Philly too. And
wait, YTC, you're telling me Sami Zayn gets a shot at his home country of Canada, and he gets a world title shot at the Rumble? You know what that means?
World War III.
Sami Zayn Kofi Mania 2.0.
No, because isn't he this in that other country? Because he's Serbian?
Yeah.
That's ironic. That's the irony of it. They'd probably be booing the crap out of him. Those people in the Middle East for him being Serbian and also... And yet that man is Muslim, so it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's a weird combination. Enziguri, Trick Williams, but he takes a haluva kick because we don't want to bury Trick
Yeah, that
Williams.
man's a homo. He's literally Canadian while having an ethnic Serbian and also Muslim background, which is crazy.
So 3 matches in a 4-match PLE. No Jesse Ventura, so guess what we got, kids? Don't you guys want to hear Stephanie McMahon? You are the Dixie Carter of this company.
No, at least she took bumps, so she's a better version of Dixie. At least she took bumps.
What's crazy, YTC? They bring Dixie Carter over Jeff Jarrett on the TNA when they were broadcasting on AMC. Like, who the fuck? Who would ask that? I'd rather Jeff Jarrett. Give me Mr. Kennedy. Oh, why do we need Pyro for a number 1 contenders match? Well, they do Pyro for number 1 contender matches now?
For number 1 contender matches, I thought it would be for. They would just first off they'd use that. I mean, then again, the inflation back then didn't impact the pyro back then.
Like so, John Jay, here's your trophy for making out the wild card game. Congratulations.
Yep, they invented new ways to celebrate mediocrity now.
Yeah,
for that quote.
You get a number 1 contenders match to see if you can beat McIntyre.
Yep.
So what the?
No ways of creating mediocrity. So yeah.
So what you're saying is, when the Niners and the Eagles play, the Eagles are the wild card losers, and the Niners are the wild card winners.
We're the wild card champions, John Jay.
Congrats! You won your title with that one. So.
We are NFC wild card champions, John Jay. We're all winners. We're all winners. Chicago's a wild card champion. We're participation award winners.
And the Bears are divisional round participation winners.
If I see Sami Zayn get pushed like Daniel Bryan down our fucking throat and all they're asking still is where's Obafemi? Sami Zayn at the bloodline storyline. Let's just
They're desperate. They're desperate
to try to get any type of narrative pushing because they know this Israelite Muslim weirdo ginger snap piece of shit.
They're desperate when they're having to emulate the Daniel Bryan storyline just to bring people back in for a babyface run. It's artificial at this point instead of actual natural.
Don't people love Sami Zayn? Oh yeah, we did. It's not 2016 anymore, man. Is that why you're bringing the filters back for 2016? You miss Vine? You miss a black and gold NXT that much? You miss American Alpha?
And it makes sense because you push Jay because he said a 2016 bycast where it's like yeet.
Yeet. And then Sami Zayn is just. And don't get me wrong, great 4-way. This is the last couple of matches were entertaining. Nakamura and Styles was outstanding.
One more thing. Now that Fetty Wap's out of prison, fuck 6'7". We're back to saying the kid's 1738 now.
Oh god. 1738.
Fuck 6'7", yeah.
6'7". I thought, and John Jay, now I hate the entire current generation. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna constantly hate on the next generation that comes after.
I hate your entire generation.
It's an every 20-year thing. It's an every 20-year thing. I think.
Yeah, pretty
every 20-year rule. It's crazy. Nostalgia from the 2000s is now our nostalgia. Nostalgia for people in the 2000s is what happened in the 80s and so on. And every 20-year rule. So yeah.
Don't say you were. Somehow it's funny to say that you were born in the late 90s.
And then nostalgia from the 70s is basically what inspires them. So yeah, I mean, it definitely had a lot of rap influence when they sampled a lot of those 70s music for samples.
You're
so
20 years old. Wild. What is with YTC? Do not check Michael's IG.
Hey, listen. Now,
He's-
hey, listen. Growing up as a kid, now that what my parents, glorified the 80s and 70s is what we glorify the 2000s to 2010s. Now that's in a decade from now. It's crazy. That's what we're gonna sound old to these young kids.
Bruh, why is Michael walking with Jesus Christ and
AI
Moses?
does wonders.
Mike, what?
He looks like Christian.
Basically, basically, Michael AI photoshopped him further again.
Yeah, whatever. Like,
If that's the case, I might as well Photoshop myself in a luxury apartment or some shit like that.
Dude, Mike said, I was saying this to get old kid. Yeah. Mike one time said that he's gonna have a Tesla, he's gonna have a mansion, and he's gonna have
what's with you kids?
A servant that is a gentleman. And I was like, wait a second. If I was rich, okay, first I would not buy a Tesla. Okay. I would not buy a Tesla.
Don't hide your girlfriend in the Tesla, guys, especially if she's under.
I am not buying no damn engine car.
I'm gonna buy the best. I'm gonna buy the best American car because this is the country that I live in. Okay. If I do get a mansion, I'm gonna have. There are a thing called female butlers. Okay, I know people are gonna say maids. Okay. Because, no disrespect, you're a rich man, you have everything, you want to be surrounded with beautiful women. Now, I know that's a little bit, misogyny, whatever, yada, yada, whatever the term, because I'm too old to understand this shit.
I'll stop.
But I'm not going to, be disrespectful to them. I'm still going to give them rights and do whatever the hell they want to do, okay? Now, again, I don't hate guys, I have a bunch of brothers and, adopted family, all that stuff. I got no issue with it, but as a dude, there are times where I just want to hang out with women. Okay, That's all I want to do. Nothing personal, and I don't want to have any I only have them because of what. No, okay, because I could be I could be platonic. I could be platonic with a woman because I'm not attracted to every woman. Because a lot of people there's a phrase that someone taught me. If I was the only man on the earth and there were all women, most men will think that is like a dream. But if you really think about it, it's not. It really is not. Okay? But when you
realize you'll be hunted by every single week.
But when you find that person that you're going to spend your life with. And I know earlier someone talked about love is fiction. The term love is something that's been artificially created. But there are people who meet and develop a bond with each other. You can call it love. You can call it something else. Most people who are together are not in love. They're bonded because they're a part of each other. Healthy relationships are hard to find. Okay? And so, yes, I'm going to say something a little bit rated R. But when a man and a woman become one, that man becomes her and she becomes him. And that's why when cheating happens, it hurts so much because they understand he threw me away and wanted to bond and connect with somebody else or vice versa. That's why. And I know many people thought, there are reasons why some men cry when they get cheated on because that bond has been broken. And it sucks. For those who've ever experienced that, now I've never experienced that yet. I've messed around. I've made a lot of bad mistakes. But I know one day when I do bond myself with someone I love and they cheat on me, yes, I'll cry like a schoolgirl. So that's the thing about finding that someone. It's difficult. So yes,
physically, you don't fall in love, but when you do find that one, and that's why women get jealous when you talk to another woman because no, you're not breaking that bond with me because you are me, and I am you. Okay, now you know why women get a bit crazy when they're married because they're very protected, and vice versa. Oh, you ain't talking to my woman, huh? Me and her are special. Stay away from her. Okay, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that
Yeah,
I always get, sorry I always get philosophical every time I'm on your stream.
Oh yeah, then it's
Yeah,
okay.
for some reason.
I expect that, John. But yeah, and I mean, at least I don't know if the weather's going to play much of a factor. Thanks, we got like 2 games
I don't love that
for
easy,
the
anyways.
for
It's hard to
conference
be
championship.
vulnerable around. So
It's always difficult to always show your actual
Denver,
feelings.
no,
New
because
England.
vulnerability makes me feel stupid. So that's why.
Oh, of
What was I
course,
gonna
'cause
say?
you're with the wrong people that make you feel terrible for being vulnerable, and
Yeah, for
sometimes it is
trusting them,
social
and
too.
eventually I feel stupid and dumbfounded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the number one
sometimes trying
seed?
to share
Is
your
it Denver or
flaws.
New England?
And we have
Denver or
New
New England?
England,
No,
Who's the number one
I
seed?
think it's New England.
then
I think
New
it's New
England.
England.
Oh, okay. But Seattle and the Rams in Seattle. Yeah, there's no storm in
Can
Seattle.
we get both teams losing, John Jay? Can we
Listen,
get both teams to lose somehow?
Rudy
No,
has
it's crazy though.
Rudy is already saying that they're Super Bowl champions already, and
Of
he
course,
cannot,
Rudy is.
he cannot wait to rub it in. And I'm like, dude, if you lose,
Oh no, actually, the
I will
game's in
be
Denver, by
happy.
the way.
And I told him this: if your team loses, I'll be happy, and then both of us will be on the couch. The sad reality is that Seattle will go to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
If
God.
Seattle loses, I get to throw Joe Stevens on Wednesday, but then Rudy and his Rams will be playing in our stadium. That's why I am rooting for either Denver or New England. Two teams I
Mhm.
do not like. I
Do
don't
you
like Denver Broncos.
Also, the game's in Denver, by the way. It's supposed to be snowing, 20% chance snow, 19 degrees over there.
you
Well,
think it's
Denver,
going to beat the snowball from
well,
the Raiders game?
well, Denver
Like-
is on a mountain. That's why it's called the Mile High
The
City.
they're in the altitude over there. It's hard to breathe for some people.
So, John, do you think defense will be the major winner? It's going to be a battle of inches for the NFC Championship.
So the Rams defense,
Seattle will be decent over there, 33.
the Rams
35.
defense has to do a lot to keep because that Seahawks defense basically had a warm up against us, but the Rams will have to put points up, and I believe that it's probably going to be less than 45 points. A lot of people are taking the under, but if the Rams defense has difficulty stopping the run game because Sam Darnold earlier in the year when we had this like 5 touchdown pass game against the Commanders, I was like, oh my gosh, I think Sam Darnold's for real. Then he goes down to earth after that game. He finished the year with 9 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So he is Sam Darnold. But it's going to come down to the Rams defense because Matthew Stafford, I'm sorry, I don't care how good you are. I don't care what Rudy says that he's the best quarterback of all time. Dumb logic. But if you cannot score points, because guess what? That 3-time rule, 3 times. The Seahawks have that historical edge of beating you. So
And they're at home. It's hard to win in Seattle this time of year.
Yeah, it's really hard to win in Seattle with the atmosphere. Stafford does have
I love
the
that city
experience.
midsummer.
The pass rush is going to play pretty iffy, but Jackson Smith and Jigba is looking like the number 1 receiver in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But is there like the receiving core going to push for inches? Because both have good running backs, but I feel like Kenneth Walker is superior.
Mm-hmm.
Over
I mean,
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, yeah. Mm-hmm.
guess what happened? I don't know if it was on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I was listening to one of CG's friends. He's a Seattle Seahawks content creator who has 50,000 subscribers. Norcam did a call-in show, and guess who called in on his call-in show? Chardol. Oh my gosh, I was roasting Chardol in the chat.
What did he say now?
And he was crying the entire time. And then Norcam was like, wait, you're telling me that 49er fans have never trolled Seattle? No, that's never happened. That's never happened. And then
They're divisional rivals. What the fuck?
He said, I was at the game and there were some 49er fans who were being very disrespectful to me. No, you're lying, Norcam. Anyway. And then he's like,
oh my God.
He's like, I'm so mad that we lost because Grant Cohen said that we were gonna win.
What the fuck?
I
hate this, bro.
Why did you say that?
Why did some of these fans have collective?
Why are you guys? I'm sorry. Give me a second.
And so he's
you
like,
guys are losers.
And so he was saying, "Oh, Brock Purdy was so scared. Brock Purdy," and Norcam was like, "Listen, didn't George Kittle? You didn't have George Kittle because he was
he tears Achilles,
and he may not play next year. And your tight end Tungus or whatever got hurt during the game, and you had no receivers.
Yeah.
No. This is what happened. Brock Purdy got just too scared." And I'm like,
and secondly, why you don't have confidence in Tungus?
And then I'm like,
not a bad tight end.
Telling these Seahawks fans, dude, I'm a real 49er fan, 415, all that. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. This dude knows shit. And I just kept trolling him. And then at the end of the day, even though I was very disrespectful to you and your fans, I still love you. And then he's like, we're ending the phone call.
Oh my God.
That's the type of stuff I can't tolerate in my own show.
First of all, when do fans once again indicate if a team's going to succeed or do not succeed? Why are they blaming the fans? They're not on the field. Makes no sense. I need answers here. What the fuck is that type of backwards logic?
The backwards logic is that they want something to
Our brains are fucking shrinking. What the actual fuck? Jesus. Like, damn.
That's just the logic of things, YTC. They want something to go their way. Nothing can go their way. You can't even have guys from the same side.
Having things go your way is for fucking children. Never, when you're an adult, things really go your way.
Nothing
Only children get their way.
Life. You don't deserve to get her pussy and her number. Deal with it. Be grateful that you made it in the situation that you are in.
First off, why do you even view women like that if you're going to say like that? Like they wonder why they can't.
Hell, you know how many Indiana Pacers fans probably will remember the season they had with the Indiana Pacers last season? Right now, they're struggling after their Achilles tour.
But they're so grateful just to even make a title conference and then also to get us back.
You don't hear Pacers fans complain. Indiana Pacers fans are not complaining. What are making Niners fans complain when we were bottom of the barrel when it comes to our short list of injuries?
Listen, at this point with the Giants, what they've done with 4 wins, whatever Jim Harbaugh does is an improvement. I will be much more grateful than half these fans already, what we had beforehand anyways. It's going to be a lot better. It can't be any worse at this point. That's how I look at it going into the season with Harbaugh. So, yeah, I don't have expectations, but still, I'm grateful for whatever happens moving forward if we do win for him.
Imagine what happens for the Commanders if they get their quarterback back.
They're just going to be grateful he's back, and hoping he doesn't get hurt. That's that simple.
If they have,
I'm just hoping to get more, at least close to 500 or above 500, somewhere around there, competitive at least. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. I'm hoping to be at least a close to 500 team at the bare. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not getting my expectations too.
Like at our current standard, Niners aren't good enough to win. We knew this was wild card.
I was listening to a little bit of Chardon. He's like, I'm very pissed off. I'm very angry, and everyone in the chat is like just like attacking him. Stupid.
He reserves him right.
Stupid.
We gotta stop having the mentality of Real Madrid, guys. We gotta stop having that mentality.
Real Madrid.
That every season we have Kylian Mbappe and a bunch of injuries. They still expect to win the Champions League.
So practically Cowboy fans. But
Yeah,
without
that's
success.
practically.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Like, I remember from the
like you want to see privilege? Look at Real Madrid or Manchester United.
like the 2010 to 2017 era, La Liga was like the league to be. And then a power shift happened. Now La Liga is considered like number two. Like it's lost some luster because, and apparently ESPN, just like everything that they're doing right now, they're throwing money at the problem. And Real Madrid has all these stars, and guess what? It's not working. Okay, because they're trying to make the offense all about Mbappe, and a lot of their players are playing out of position. Okay, they're buying young talent from everywhere in the world. They're like overloading a team that can only play 11 starters, and now there's the new rule where now you can substitute 5 players. Okay, it's difficult to play all these stars and all these young, talented prospects that have a lot of big potential in the world of football. And Real Madrid is not what it used to be, because when you used to watch Real Madrid, it was fun to watch. Not anymore. And Barcelona, like, once Messi left, like, Barcelona is like a shell of what it used to be. Because even before Messi, they had great players. They had really, really good players. Not anymore.
And they used to pay like $500K a week for Messi.
Yep.
You wish I was lying. But they still have some good players, but obviously they're not world renowned yet, because most of these guys are still like their best players.
I know.
Like,
and when you have like the lower table teams tying
like,
with Real Madrid and Barcelona, there is a power dynamic in Spain right now.
Oh, it's been that way, John Jay, because the finances in Spain is obviously on the capital of Madrid. Most of the financial advantages, because you're not going to see guys like Valencia,
Madrid, Barcelona,
survived the flood. No, Barcelona, they're still going to make their bread. I think people keep forgetting Barcelona. Is still
like the major cities of Spain.
Yeah.
Half of it's also desert too. Half of the climate of Spain is desert too. So
I went to visit my father a few weeks ago, and we were watching Real Madrid play Real Betis or whatever. Real Betis or whatever.
Oh, Real Betis, right? Real Betis.
Yeah. It was like a nail biter. Now it was 4 goals, 2-2, a lot of fun things, but Real Betis, whatever. What's the better team? When those teams who are not like the big markets are basically beating these teams and tying the best clubs, and these middle of the table teams are getting good opportunities for the following year for the Champions League and all that yada yada. There's a power dynamic is what I mean, because it used to always be in Spain the big 3: Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, and every now and then Valencia and a few other teams. Yeah, not anymore. Like the Premier League last year, when one of their pioneer clubs, Manchester, almost gets relegated to Division 2, and they barely somehow escaped. And there was a stat from the second half of the 2004, to 2024, 2025. Manchester had more ties and more losses than wins. But because they won a lot, they got a lot of ties, they somehow survived. Then they entered the 2025 and 2026 season. That entire calendar year, from January to December 31st, they officially only won six matches and had over like 15 ties. That's how bad they were. And so when a team is throwing hundreds of millions of dollars and your team is barely survives at the number 17, because I think 18, 19 go down. When you finish number 17, yeah, Manchester, that power dynamic. Because a lot of the teams that in the last 10 years that were promoted, a lot of those Premier League teams that were there from 2014 to this past year, a lot of them have been stuck at the bottom. And so some guy from Sky News was like, if Manchester would have been relegated, oh my God, how British soccer would have suffered the same fate as La Liga. Because
hell no, you would have suffered the same fate as Italy. Hold on.
And so
not La Liga.
And so there is a league that a lot of people have forgotten. Apparently, France has restructured their formats and their financial that they're able to stay afloat, league-wise and team-wise. But there's another league that has been competing very well. It is called the Dutch League, the Netherlands.
Oh, Eredivisie.
Yeah, and so when those leagues are starting to get more and more popularity, it really shows you that there is a power dynamic in soccer. And I was watching this YouTube video and a channel that I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews, I think, because I'm going to have a lot of time after the Super Bowl, because my contract is over and I'm going to be back unemployed. Hopefully I find something, but I might have time to start streaming again, but it's going to be on Kick. And
okay. Send me the channel. Send me your channel on the link, by the way, when you have the time, John Jay.
Then today, something popped in my head where I can still stream on YouTube, but the video will be unlisted and it will be on my community tab. So people can click on it and then they can go there. So it won't be live on YouTube, but it'll still be a posted video. Because, again, like I have lost a lot of like a passion on streaming. And plus, I'm not going to lie, I know a lot of people who know McNiner don't know about this channel, but there's just a lot of 49er fans at this point that I do not want to talk to ever again. Ever again. I'm just sick and tired of this baby nonsense. I grow the fuck up. You're an adult. Don't put your life on a football team. Live life.
Get some fat women in your life. Get some tortas.
Hey,
watch a movie.
Hey, listen, they will feed you. You will eat right, at least.
I want them to feed you, bro.
They get so fat. So basically, what you're saying is we all have to move to Utah.
Hey, listen, yeah, we'll all grow fat and grow old together. At least we'll be in harmony together.
John Jay, look at Jets fans. That's the biggest excuse of privilege. Look at Jets fans. They have to know that they're only going to get 4 wins next season. These guys had no picks last season. And guess what? They're trying to give the next coach a shot. Whatever. The fuck? Come on, man.
Let's literally 50 years of the same old.
Cleveland Browns have more quarterbacks than my father has kids. There's no shot. I mean, no, Phillip Rivers having kids. My fault. Phillip Rivers has less kids than the Cleveland Browns had quarterbacks over the past 25 years. And now people have the right to complain. Niners fans have the right to complain. You guys need to stop being marks. Know that we've made it this far as an injury-riddled team without all-pro talent. We did this without all-pro talent, by the way. We did this without Nick Bosa. We did this without an all-pro pass rusher. And the only person that we still kept alive was our Mr. Irrelevant quarterback that's been really consistent still, Ricky Parcell. and a very disciplined receiving core. Why can't we be proud that we overcome obstacles instead of shitting on the results that we had, knowing our circumstances? Y'all are fucking frauds. Y'all are fucking frauds. I'm obviously I'm not a homer like
Once
like
again,
you.
fans are fickle. But yeah, and they're all half of them. Yeah.
But I've seen, but even Jets fans, I'll respect their tolerance for expecting more, but they're proud of when we had Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they know we just needed a couple things to get us over the hump. That is so difficult for even Niners fans to know, and those guys haven't gotten a fucking Super Bowl since the last time the Cowboys had a fucking Super Bowl, bro. They need to know their goddamn place.
I just want to be a consistent 500 back-to-back year. What the Steelers have in content, I would rather have than being scrutinized by our media every year in year out.
And every time the New York media gets scrutinized, even over the most bare minimum of reasons.
But when you consistently keep winning, you silence them easily. Winning silences them. So, yeah.
Winning everything silences them for the short term. Philadelphia is just your spoiled bitch trash wife. Respectfully. You give her the ring, you spent the whole mortgage on the ring, and yet she still cheats on you. That's Eagles fans. That's Eagles fans. Let's just keep it 1,000. That's just certain Eagles fans out there.
No, don't say that.
You give them an NBA championship with two different coaches. You still kept the best baseball player in the last 15 years out of Bryce Harper for more than a decade. You have a league MVP that you guys literally are the biggest example of tanking in NFL history, in NBA history, with Joel Embiid, a fake-ass immigrant American that traded away two nationalities to win a gold medal because he played in the NBA for over a decade to certify him citizenship. Fuck him. And fuck Philadelphia.
Hey, that's the spirit. Now you're speaking my language.
Malcolm in the Middle gets treated better by his mother than Flyers fans do whenever they do well.
That's the spirit. That's what I was looking for.
I have never seen such privilege in my life. And I've seen Jaden Smith complain about his father not loving him. You know Jaden Smith from Will Smith?
Yeah, that guy.
That's how I remember you. Other than you putting a house on your head as a hat. That's weird. You're weird. You want to talk about socio-political climates? I don't see you donating anything. I never saw Jaden Smith do anything, bro. I know you because Jackie Chan carried you in a fucking movie as a child. Don't be complaining about socio-political climates. I don't see you protesting. Your sister wants to protest whenever she feels like it because she has a podcast. Not when she has the time to go support actual community events in Los Angeles and actually supporting it. That's what I fucking hate.
So a lot of people
Sorry for my own rant, John Jay.
No worries. A lot of people forget, and like me and Kenny disagree, but people don't hate Shedeur Sanders because like they want to hate him.
I don't hate him personally.
He's a rich child.
I don't think he's that good. I don't.
No, hold on. Forget the NFL. He's a rich child.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith's children are rich children because their parents made millions in the acting world, and we sometimes forget where we don't like rich people. We don't like their children because they're snobbies, and the problem that we still have. And again, and I know it makes people uncomfortable, but society always looks at the world one way or the other. And sometimes you have to look at it both perspectives and understand why people protest and complain and about all this stuff. There's no such thing as a white or black problem. We have a rich problem where the rich
versus
people,
poor.
The rich people continue to enrich themselves and hardworking, blue collar,
are becoming poorer and poorer. And so, and I know, like Corey Davis says, like this is a football stream, but I'm gonna get a little bit political. There is a comedian who I watch on YouTube who does like political topics. Now I'm not gonna talk too much about him, but when a comedian says, "Right now, we're being divided. If you're one way or the other, we're being divided. Every time we come together, our country has to make another scandal. So we divide each other up again, and we fight with each other." And so Shador and Will Smith's children are rich kids, but they divide us because, wait, you cannot criticize them because we look at situations of white and black. Unfortunately, you have to understand his son made it and he has to perform. And if he doesn't perform, it's not going to be, the stupid arguments. Maybe he was not good enough in the first place. Same thing with Will Smith's son. If he doesn't want to fight for causes because he cares more about his money, his social media, or whatever the kid does, because I really don't give a rat's ass about celebrity children. It is what it is. Richard Sherman, during the Colin Kaepernick situation, criticized Colin Kaepernick, but he also criticized the league. He says, I'm going to look at it both ways. Colin Kaepernick, you're an NFL football player. Play football. But I believed what you're doing is the right thing. But play fucking football. Excuse my language. Okay?
No, you're right.
And so, because Colin Kaepernick was more concerned about stupid stuff.
His status.
Well, yeah, he wasn't really worried about his status, but he was trying to push a message while trying to think he's still important.
You can't do two things at once if you're getting
Like,
pulled
you
on
can't be
multiple
worse
directions.
than Mike Glennon, and then you're still thinking, yeah, I deserve a job.
Okay. And so, and he also sabotaged the end of his career. When you look at Colin Kaepernick's final stats as a 49er, he had 16 total touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and I think he lost like several fumbles. So turnover wise, he still had a positive, but at the same time, he started to regress. And a lot of those touchdowns were garbage. They were garbage touchdowns.
Garbage time.
There were garbage time touchdowns that come off a heavy route, or like when he had to bail out over the red zone when we were already trailing by like 2 scores.
And so we tried to trade him to Denver. Denver was going to restructure his contract and sign him for a 2-year, $7 million contract because Peyton Manning was about to fucking retire, you stupid moron. They sent Vernon Davis there also. So when he retired, he would have a familiar receiver to throw the ball to. But because in his mind, the Niners gave me $20 million. At the time, that was just insane. I said, hell no, do not give him $20 million.
Fuck!
And so he's out the league for 4 years. The league gives him an opportunity. He basically tells the scouts in the league, I'm not going to Atlanta where the Falcons play, where all the scouts
are back up to Matt Ryan.
Where all the GM is going to be there. I'm going to go to a high school 45 minutes away from the stadium, and then he arrives there, and they all had to rush. Basically, by the time his workout was almost done, 9 GMs got there. He did a press conference. He said this, you guys know what I'm capable of. You know what I can do. Now someone sign me. And then he walked away.
Man, that feels like Nick Cannon in that stupid drum roll movie that came out back in the early 2000s. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick, you weren't even better than Mike Glennon last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
You weren't even better than Mike fucking Glennon.
So I was for Kaepernick. Like, I understand what he was doing. But then I'm like, all right, dudes. And then every time he would do something that pissed me off, dude, stop focusing on your stupid and play fucking football. Okay? I was always consistent when it came to Colin Kaepernick. I did not like that he was focusing football with his politics. And then Jed York, who doesn't have a backbone, let him do the stupid nonsense. He could have
Jed
squashed
York is the Tony Khan of the 49ers.
Okay. Plus, at the time, they were only focused on their new stadium, which was like 2 years old at the time, putting WWE events, Copa America games.
Oh yeah, this
MLS
2015.
games.
This 2015 WrestleMania.
Oh, I want to buy the Sacramento Republics. Which never fucking happened. Okay. It's so disgusting how some of my fans love Jed York, but again, he's a billionaire.
Oh, damn, they're deluded. I hate my ownership, but I'm rooting for him to hopefully get past cancer that he has.
You know, and then that stupid, oh my god, the EMTs and all that bullshit with the magnets and all that stuff. Well, if that's the case, Jed York, call someone who understands that field, do a study in the off season, see the effects, and if there's any fucking thing, move the goddamn practice field somewhere else. Again, it really pisses the hell out of me every time I talk about like the outside business of the 49ers. You know, and there's still people like, well, we get Nick Bosa back.
I've been there.
We're gonna win
the Super Bowl.
Number one, the Niners have to address the offensive line because Trent Williams this year had a giant drop off of production.
He's been playing heavily and undisciplined. Trent Williams.
Guess what? In 2021,
unless you're Cameron Jordan,
in 2021, he signed a 6-year contract that was worth over 100.
What?
100.
Yep, for an aging tackle.
Oh, an aging left tackle that can't combo block.
And so
they think this man is Jason Peters.
He said, I have 2 reasons why I want to return for 2 reasons left on my contract.
Deserves more money.
They think this man is Jason
Peters. Deserve that type of money.
Guess what? Because we backloaded the last 2 years are 41 and 45 million. He's making as much as Brock Purdy.
Oh wow. He's making quarterback money. Damn.
You know that Brock Purdy next year will be making $20 million, and the year after $32 million, and the year after $38 million, and then the remainder is like $60 million. That's how the fucking Niners do stupid shit. Right?
At this point, everybody got to shut the fuck up about Trevor Lawrence's contract. At that point, people got to shut the fuck up about Trevor Lawrence's contract.
Dude, I wonder how much Jackson Dart will get if he pans out 4 years from now.
I have always said this, okay? Wow. And everyone in the Wednesday community, I love how they flip-flop. Trevor Lawrence went to the crappy Jaguars, okay?
The Cap Wars.
He's been injured the previous 2 seasons, and he's also been inconsistent. And a lot of people have been saying that he is like quarterbacks who have been labeled bust. But this year, they get a new head coach. He is healthy, and I think they won like 12 games, something like that.
They won
12 games. Yeah. I think they won the division. They won the AFC.
Yeah, they won the South. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People have to understand is that when you're drafting a quarterback, your team is already garbage. And this is the thing about Michael, which anyway.
We took Dart at 25. So
look what Caleb Williams did after year 1 to year 2 with a new offensive line, new head coach, new everything. He had a very bad passing percentage, and he made it to the second round of the playoffs. And Mike, for whatever the reason, downplayed his success. Next year, it's going to be where Caleb Williams has to grow now, okay? And so there's going to be a big expectations in Chicago. Next year, Michael can bitch and moan because if they regress and win less than a certain amount of games, then Michael can finally bitch and moan. But right now, Caleb Williams has to fix his completion, and their head coach said we have to develop chemistry with Caleb Williams with the wide receiver core. And I think once we do that, we will be a much better passing attack team. And so Ben Johnson's entering his second year. He's gonna have high expectations now, and we'll see how Chicago goes. It's the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Everything was awful, and then he had like 2 seasons where he was 9-8, and then he got injured back-to-back seasons. And guess what happened? They got a new head coach. They brought in new players, and look what happened. That's why the quarterback situation has to start changing when it comes to this, because now this year, Patrick Mahomes, besides him getting injured, he regressed a lot this year. He did. He was making a lot of boneheaded decisions.
Especially his reads over the deep ball. And you could say it could because of the loss of weapons, but usually Mahomes does have like an IQ that goes with that. Even if it also is the regression.
No, the best of quarterbacks can play with anyone at wide receiver. Yeah. They have the intangibles to consistently get them the ball and use their playmaking abilities.
Without Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson, and how we transitioned later in his career with like a decline of talent. You could say the same thing with Andrew Luck.
That's the kind of quarterback I want. Yeah. That can play with anybody that can adapt
and play well. Hell, you could say the same thing about Stephen Curry. He came from dealing with Kevin Durant, DeMarcus Cousins.
Eventually, they evolved their game style because eventually in the NFL, once teams have enough tape on you, they're going to figure you out. And if you don't evolve your game, you'll start to regress over time.
Because get what? There could be any quarterback that can take over C.J. Stroud's position. That Texans defense is going to stay the same way.
That defense... That's a Super Bowl defense, and yet Stroud's inconsistencies hindered them this year so far.
Because we can push this over to their defense. They wouldn't even work in the college level, but they work so high maintenance, very technical and physical on the pass rush. They're going to shut off a lot of quarterbacks that want to sit in the pocket all day when they don't see any targets. And guess what? Texans will punish you. If we look at them, they're number 13 in points, but they're number 7, but they're number 2 in points against. These guys have a high percentage rate of them like not allowing that much points in the NFL, and we know they were going to have a deep playoff run. The Texans, and when it came to getting C.J. Gardner-Johnson, when it came to getting Will Anderson, Rankin, Derek Stingley, that came up to be an All-Pro since being drafted. Al-Shaair, even though some people don't like him so because of his late hit on Trevor Lawrence. Tutu, Petrie, E.J. Sneed, and what's the other one? I think he came from LSU. LaShire or something?
Petrie? No, Derek Stingley.
No, the other one. He's a corner.
Kamari Lassiter. Physical. He's a hitter. Lassiter's a hitter. They're complete in all phases. They got AJ Speed. They got Hewitt or something like that. They got fucking Cashman at linebacker. They also have the safeties duel. You said Petrie and Reed. They got the secondary and the front line. And then from there, you can practically go from both phases on the defense that they're complete on.
Putting more points up when they had Davis Mills start after C.J. Stroud missed 3 games over the regular season.
And more importantly, what the offensive scheme over there is not working well. Why are you not getting your number one receiver involved in Nico Collins, and you have a bunch of guys like Jaden Higgins, randomly coming out of the woodwork instead of fitting your number one receiver?
I would guarantee they would have an above 500 record. They would have the same record or better if they had a guy like Kirk Cousins on their offense or Tyler Huntley on their offense. And they had Nick Chubb and Dalton Schultz still producing their experienced stuff. And people thought Nick Chubb was out of the NFL after 26 years old after his ACL injury. Nico Collins and Tank Dell were all pro favorites. And yet CJ Stroud wants to play late season Cam Newton, where he finds no targets. He's just a better Justin Fields.
Oh, wow.
Podcast. Fuck your podcast.
Not as fast, obviously, but he's much better.
The only person I excuse to be a dumbass on a podcast is Draymond Green because he has success. I don't want to hear about your story that hasn't been written yet in the NFL. What story can we write about your first round exits? That you should have done more. Texans have the right to make it to the AFC Championship game next time. Not the Buffalo Bills. It's over with the Buffalo Bills.
Bills, they blew their window.
We're done
They
with
blew
the
their
Bills.
window.
We're done with the Bengals. We're done with the Ravens. We're done with those guys.
No, they blew their window. They blew their window.
We're going to see Travis Hunter. We're going to see Daniel Jones.
We play that division next year, so I'm looking forward to that.
Possibly when Coach Daniels is out of the Dolphins, they'll probably actually turn up. Watch him sign Urban Meyer.
Speaking of Mike, no, he went to the Chargers, Mike McDaniel.
Oh, ew.
He's the OC for Justin Herbert now. He went from Tua to Herbert now. Two sides of the same coin, and we're going.
Lad McConkey's gonna love that. I did like Quentin Johnston's progression after
he did get better. I'll say that much.
But what's really got to clutch up on the Chargers side of things if they want to clean up things?
Justin Herbert himself. Simple. You can't be making these boneheaded, inconsistent games and also not showing up. But then again, his O-line needs to be, stalled up at the same time. I think it's just mostly O-line and quarterback.
Breaking news. Some idiot said, should 49ers trade for Justin Jefferson?
First off, what capital do they have?
What capital do we have? John Jay, you got to stop seeing these Ultimate Team videos and thinking that's how NFL rosters work.
No, you can't say that because then you're a fake fan. I'm sorry. Too soon.
Okay. If that's the case, John Jay, you think you can trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo? I can get Giannis, Kevin Durant. We'll still lose in the second round. Like we need to be realistic, folks. I don't even feel like Justin Jefferson is even going to be the key piece of the puzzle. Go! Oh shit! I did not expect that. I'm sorry, I was playing something at the same time. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. Okay, so we have probably the Patriots will be making easy pickings if the Broncos defense don't make a massive push, because the Broncos defense have been a top 5. But I feel like it's going to end like 20. It's going to end like 24 to 14. Who they're starting for the Broncos still?
Oh, Jarrett Stidham.
Oh, is it the old Patriots quarterback? Jarrett Stidham?
Yep. How poetic justice if they would lose to him.
Yeah. You should have started me back in 2018 when he was washed.
Poetic justice for Stidham, yeah.
You still think you
against his former team?
I still believe I should have started against the Titans in the wild card game. There's no way he believes in that. There's no way. He believes in that.
Delusion.
I believe I'm better than Brian Hoyer. Dude, even Brian Hoyer. You know what? Okay.
At this point, I'd rather be deluded than having less self-confidence at this point. People take it regardless,
Jarrett Stidham, what is this, his third NFL team?
At this point.
Okay. At least he isn't like Carson Wentz washed, right? It's a shame, though. I would have picked over the Patriot. I would have picked the Broncos if it wasn't for Bo Nix's injury, even though I feel like Bo Nix played like shit, but he also had some great performances. I think Bo Nix was the best quarterback, second best quarterback in the AFC in this playoffs with his 3 touchdowns. But still, you think Drake, over this AFC championship run, Drake May got MVP in the bag, if we're keeping it a buck.
They're going to give it to Stafford. No, they're going to give Drake May Offensive Player of the Year, basically. That's what I think is going to happen.
You think the experience and the pass percent and the completion rating is going to give him the wayside here?
I think he's getting Offensive Player of the Year, and then they're going to give it to Stafford for the name's sake, and also, it's because it's Stafford for name popularity.
You know what? That's fair.
And also, and seniority, that too. Yeah, forgot the seniority.
Oh yeah, seniority bias does play, and it's been time because people reference 2016 all the time. Stafford was there for those times back in Detroit.
Boo, Stafford. He's a Ram.
I don't know. I'm counting his time in Detroit too, John Jay. We can keep it civil for his time in Detroit.
No, I know he was in Detroit, but I heard something about like we got to give Matthew Stafford credit. No, he's a Ram. No, or the David Corona. Fuck the Rams.
You know how many terrible receivers YTC's team had to buy over them?
What?
YTC, you can reference in a couple.
What, the horrible receivers we had?
Well, I remember you used to curse out some receiver all the time. Where are you dropping the football?
What, the nice guy? Slayton?
Oh,
the nice guy?
They call him the nice guy?
Yeah, it's a Fisk reference in that community. Because he's a team, he's loyal to the team. He's a stand-up guy, the personality, but he's inconsistent.
Oh.
We have to excuse him because he's such a nice guy.
I thought it was some off-the-field issue, like he cheats on his wife or something. I thank God.
No, it was just, he's the most bipolar player I've seen on the Giants. But yeah.
Well, that ain't bad.
Most bipolar.
I'm thank God. I wouldn't mind Stafford for getting the time when he went 9-7 with the Lions. Push for a wild card just to lose. Again.
No, it's because the drops come at the crucial moments too. That's the worst part. The drops.
Oh yeah. Obviously, Puka Nacua is the same like your great teammates like Megatron. Oh, that's a compliment. And Marvin Jones, take that back. Sorry. And Golden Tate. I keep forgetting Golden Tate was a Lion.
He was also a Giant, remember, at one point.
We all don't want to remember that time. And Anquan Bolden, when he was 36 years old. I keep forgetting Anquan Bolden was like a Lion for like 5 games? He started all the season. And he didn't score a touchdown. No, he got 8 touchdowns. Andre Roberts. They had Amir Abudallah still. Oh God, this is making me feel old.
Unk. Yeah, now you know how I feel.
God.
Unk.
YTC, I have to remember who Theo Rickett is.
Theo Rickett? What?
Theo Reddick.
Yeah, Theo. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna say Javid Best? No, stop.
They had Eric Ebron. Oh God, didn't you guys have him?
Eric Ebron? No, that's the Lions. They have Brandon Pettigrew, Madden 10 legend Brandon Pettigrew.
Oh yeah, Chicago went 3-13 that year.
You had Delaney Walker before he went to Tennessee, and then you had Martellus Bennett before he was a 1-year Giant.
I think Alshon Jeffrey. They were starting Matt Barkley. Holy shit! They had to rotate between Jay Cutler, Matt Barkley. Who was the third string, YTC?
Matt Barkley between who? For the Bears?
Jay Cutler, Matt Barkley. What? This is Chicago Bears, so who's the third string?
What? Fucking
Brian
Cap
Hoyer.
Or something? Brian Hoyer, never mind. No, he was on the Eagles, never mind.
This is mid-2010, so you had to see Brian Hoyer as a backup somewhere. And this is when they also had, Cameron Meredith. I remember him. Jordan Howard.
Yep.
Oh, Jordan
Mr. Hail Mary himself. Jordan Howard, Mr. 1 year. Him and Tariq Cohen.
Eddie Royal saved me in franchise mode. That guy had burners.
Cameron. What was it? Jordan Cameron? Yeah, the tight end. He saved me.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Jordan
same pool.
had a good running rotation too.
I had a good tight end starter. He always caught everything.
How did they go 3-13 though? How bad was that? They had Akeem Hicks.
Hakeem Nicks, Giants. I still have his jersey to this day. So
Leonard Floyd, Jesus Christ, you had Leonard Floyd.
Hakeem Nicks.
I want to know. I wonder what Michael's doing.
I don't know. I don't want to know what Michael's doing. I don't want to stop that man.
I'm hanging out with women, John Jay. I'm a player.
John
I'm
Jay,
the real
you
Mike
gotta
Daddy.
stop looking at his AI.
Corona was messing around. Hey, YTC, be careful. Michael's gangster. Yeah, YTC, be careful.
He's from the real suburbs of the real hoods of the suburbs and the gated communities over in Florida.
Man.
You know how much V-Bucks I'd buy your property?
Oh my god, that sounds like something Spongy would say.
You know what's funny? I actually think Spongy's more mature than people give him credit.
He is more mature. I know he can annoy people sometimes, but he reminds me of myself because like a lot of people, I've told this story many times. I was 5, 6 years old walking into barbershops, listening to football fans and baseball fans and like sports fans in general, basketball, arguing about the same thing. And then I started speaking, and they were like, dude, how is this 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid so intelligent? You know? And so I just had a gift because I would listen to them. And then
You have to find a development and a love for the game.
Yeah.
Also, it was the same thing with my father and his friends. They got drunk all the time, but they saw me as a genius and knew the game better than them too.
And John, you know the craziest thing? You know what was my first introduction to sports? It wasn't NFL football. That wasn't until I was like 7 years old. You know what it was?
Football was the first thing.
Wait.
I grew up with cricket because most of my family were West Indies and Guyanese. So I grew up watching cricket and soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't watch like the NFL until I saw like Navarro Bowman his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started watching like Matt Forte, Matt Hasselbeck. I think I saw Alexander when he was still in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. So
Randy Moss just signed with the Patriots that time.
Yeah. I remember the first time I went to Candlestick Park, 1996. I remember it perfectly. During the football season, they created like some like bleacher seats that went all the way up to the upper deck, and then they connected these seats, and it was basically held by one giant like those telephone poles, and then a lot of it was held by these like those light poles, like very, very cheap, but it managed to do the job. And I will never forget me walking on the grass and hearing the bay water, because Candlestick Park was below sea level, and how windy it was even when the sun was burning down at the stadium. And that reality was like, wow, I'm in a stadium. And so in 1996, we walked around the stadium, and then we drove back, and the people who lived around the stadium were poor. And a lot of people don't know this. The fake fans don't know this. Jamestown Avenue, which was the address of Candlestick Park, that avenue entered what's known as the Bayview, Hunters Point, Double Rock. And a lot of the people who lived there were like, you know, people from the streets, a lot of black people. And for me, I didn't care. And I would always ask my dad and my grandpa, I said, why don't we look like them? And my grandpa, talked about his mom, who was Ethiopian, and so my dad was like, oh, there's so many types of people in this world, and we are just one of them. And I'm like, wow, and I'm young. And so my parents never sugarcoated anything to me. They told me the damn facts. And so one day I go into Candlestick Park for a baseball game, and there's a black person, and I go up to him and say, "Hello, my dad told me about the history and all that stuff," and this black guy's like, "Look at it, whose kid is this?" And then their kids show up, and I start to, "Hi kids, look at me, I'm different," and we start to communicate and understand. My grandfather said, "Let me apologize." Like I told the history, of black people and white people, all that stuff, and my grandson, he's very attentive of learning things, and he's like, "Wow, you're raising a good kid. He's gonna grow up and he's gonna change the world with his kindness." And so those moments of me in sports and understanding people and human beings, it didn't really bother me that we were all different. And I was so thankful, even though I did go to a Catholic school, that I got to be around different types of people. And I went to a very Hispanic Latino school, but they also had Samoans, Filipinos, Chinese, etc. And it was normal. But one thing we had in common was we loved the sports teams. And so all my friends, I remember, we're in 5th grade, they're wearing Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and I have a Jason Richardson T-shirt, like because my parents couldn't afford it. And they're like, "Why do you like that team? That team is garbage." I said, "But that's the team here." And I've never been a bandwagon. I've always worn the same black and orange for the Giants, Warriors colors, and 49ers colors. I've never worn A's or Raiders ever, even though they were in the same geographic. And then over time, eventually I started to rock the Earthquakes jerseys, etc. Of course, Cal and even Dopey Stanford, even though I
shout out to Thornton, San Jose Sharks.
And so I've always been like local sports. And I understand that there's always football fans and sports fans in different parts of the country. But having that fortune of me growing up, sports to me has never been about content creating. It's never say my team is better than yours. It's about meeting people and remembering that awe and wonder as a kid that there's someone who does not look like me and talk like me or live the same life as me. And as a kid, I was like, wow. And so sports is more like family. And that's why I still go to the channels when you guys go live, even though I tell myself all the time, I'm eventually I'm going to leave YouTube, but I still support because, in the words of our good friend Corey Davis, we're all brothers. We shouldn't be fighting. We're brothers. We're sisters. We are an NFL community of dysfunctional family, just like any real family. So that's why I will always be grateful.
But there's a lot more creepy uncles.
Yes.
The internet.
Oh man, all the stories I can tell. Stories I could tell you. But yeah. And
a lot of creepy uncles.
I cherish these moments, but again, a few years ago I said we're not going to be streaming all the time, and now a lot of us are taking breaks and stop doing stuff, and people are starting to realize. But at the same time, in the next couple of years, a lot of people are just like, say, fuck it. Let me go back to live in my reality, because it doesn't mean that we're going to stop, because we do have social media information and we can still talk to one another. Mm-hmm. And there's still going to be starting shows. Like McNiner is never stopping the Wednesday. I don't know how long we're going to be doing this, but I don't think we're going to be doing it for like 30 years. But I do think that maybe down the road, it will be just a seasonal thing and not like an every Wednesday.
I'm just doing my team. I'm just sticking to my team. But yeah.
That just sounds healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can do more in my life and still balance out the YouTube. That's why it's better.
Also, I always want to say this, and I don't know if CG knows about this channel, but Hangout started because he was trying to get monetized. It was never about having fun. And then people started to...
I did it because Michael did it.
People started imitating, and then, that Friday show where like it was hosted by 10 different YouTubers. Mm-hmm. And then I'm so glad that Jackbox, doesn't like. Well, Levi hasn't done it in like 6 months, but
Damn. They don't come back in the off-season watch. Once the off-season hits.
But
I don't mind doing this. That's why I even go for like different like topics and different interests in the channel.
No, it's not the fact we stream a lot. It's the fact, we don't, it's quality in my opinion. I would focus on the quality of the streams and the quantity. We do it too much. We value it. Undervalue it. I meant.
So
that's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. So even when Levi was doing it, he was only doing it for 2 hours. Now I know Spongy hated that because he never goes to sleep. But we got to encourage that kid to go to bed. But at the end of the day, yeah, like Kenny's like, yeah, he stopped doing that controversial show about politics. I try to tell him, and I don't know why he stopped it because, it never goes well when you talk stuff like that. But yeah, like Kenny says, like 2 hours maximum is enough for a show. Like you don't need to do 5, 10, 15, 30 hours, etc.
I want to talk about what I feel about this immigration thing. Well, I hate how you have to make this, and it's like you're gonna divide your audience. You're going to divide your audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying.
First off, once you complicate things with real life issues, you're becoming the thing they're escaping from the escape. That's literally what it is. You're supposed to be the escape.
Look at Stephen A. Smith. He's like the biggest reason why ESPN is a conglomerate.
And then once they start going into those topics, you become the thing they're trying to escape from when you were previously the thing you were used to escape from, which is the irony of it.
I'm going to say this nicely. Nigga, you talk about LeBron James for 20 years. What do you know about social economic climate? What do you know? You talk about teenagers for a living playing basketball.
And you're a grown man past his 50s, which sounds wrong in the wrong context.
So, if you want to understand something, like Stephen A. Smith has always been a bit of a dick when it comes to what he does. But at the same time, while he is a bit of a dick, he actually knows what the hell he's saying. Now, I'm not here to defend him. I'm not here to say he knows what he's doing. I'm just saying that he's developed an art form that he basically like understands the stuff. Now, recently, he's been jumping into the political sphere for some reason. He's going on all these talk shows and all this stuff. Okay. Stephen A. Smith, every time he says, I'm going to tell you what I believe. I'm a libertarian. Okay. You need to stop hiding your politics. You're not a libertarian. Okay. You're a flip-flopper. Okay. Okay.
You're a fence sitter.
You're trying to flip-flop and try to pander to both sides. Here's the thing. A libertarian is a person who's a true progressive. Like people who call libertarians are real progressives. They believe about your individual rights, your freedom to do what you want, do whatever you want, express how you want without being coerced by anybody else.
Right. ESPN?
At the same time, libertarians understand that capitalism is part of America. And so they believe in less corporate greed and more private enterprises, or basically saying we need more regional business and less corporate business. No disrespect to people who love Amazon and Netflix and all that shit and McDonald's, because those are corporate. Okay. I'm not just picking. These are corporate.
Corporals.
What we need are more competitors. Okay. For example, Burger King and McDonald's, they've been a rival, but you also have Wendy's and other burger places. In a libertarian economic society, you get more options than fucking McDonald's. And you're also able to force companies to lower their prices. That's how you lower prices. That's the economic way. At the same time, we need more Netflix. We need more companies to lower prices that do the same thing, which will force Netflix to lower prices. So a libertarian is a real person who's open-minded, who's aware, fights for people, fights for the little guy, all that stuff. And, have certain views of the government also has to be influenced in societal problems. But their main issue is about affordability, being cheap, and providing work for people. That's what a libertarian is. Now, libertarians have a very bad break because they do get a bit of a wrong crowd, but just like every other political party, there's always that bad crowd that follows those movements. And so when people hear the word libertarian, oh, you're a person who hates certain people. No, we're the opposite. We're more open minded. Okay, we're more open minded. It's just that you want us to be more towards the academia and the more people who want to cancel society. You want us to go that direction. No, society has always been about equal balance. Okay, now I've been very PG about how I've responded to these answers, but I think most people in general are more libertarians than they believe it, because they believe in their freedoms to do what they want. They want to live the life the way they want to. They don't want to be told what to say and what to do. Because I think that's another problem. Because even though I don't understand it, like I know what cancel culture, woke, all that, I know what that stuff is. But I'm like, no, it's not going to stop me from expressing how I feel. And if I believe that, people who are running the countries are idiots, guess what? You're not going to silence me. If you believe I think that the people leading the country are great, you're not going to silence me. And so believe what you want. And that's one of the things why I'm very open-minded and I'm very understanding of the world. I don't have a black or negative heart. I have a heart that is compassionate even to the people who disagree with me, because you want to know why they're being dicks. And this goes back to what I said earlier. There's not a white or black problem. There's a rich problem. There's a corporate problem. Corporatism runs our country, not the people running it.
Yeah.
Now you know why I've been bitching about this, even in RJ's channel when he used to do streams, TRL's channel when he used to do streams, and everybody else. I would always say, we have allowed corporatism to destroy our country and make us fight with one another.
That's always going to be a thing, even in different nations. You know, it is how it is in certain circumstances, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. So that's the thing that I'm very proud of, being who I am. And that's the reason why I always criticize. Like, I never criticize people because they're being lied to. Okay?
Yeah. Well, John, I'm gonna try to cut it off. I know you guys want to, get ready for the day. No, it's fine.
All right.
I enjoy everybody's company that helped me over in the stream, even though we were like an hour off even talking about wrestling. Thanks for everybody being on, guys. I hope you guys try to enjoy the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And happy Sunday. Hope you guys are going to be watching the NFC and AFC championship.
All right, sure.
Thanks for watching the DSC show. I'm going to cut it off. 5, 4, 3,